set to go in Nashville. A beautiful fall day. Temperature at 68 degrees. Now the wind could pick up throughout the afternoon right now at 13 miles per hour. As you see, Mike Pettin in his first year as the Browns head coach had a bye last week and actually got to see his daughter Megan play a little lacrosse. She's a redshirt freshman on the Stony Brook lacrosse team. Meanwhile, other sideline, Ken Wisenhunt in his first year with the Titans, and he told us on Friday that if the Titans won the toss, he wanted to take the ball, and that's exactly what happened. Tennessee has not scored a point in the first quarter this year. They've been outscored 27-0 in the opening quarters this year, so they will take the ball. Leon Washington is back deep, and Billy Cundiff will kick it away for the Browns. Week 5 of the NFL on CBS is underway. Washington will take this one out. And he is tripped up at the 14-yard line. Special teams tackle made by the rookie, Chris Kirksey. And that brings out Jake Locker. As we mentioned, did not play last week because of the right wrist injury. And Locker in his 4th year practiced all week, said he felt a lot better. Tried to play actually last week against the Colts. He tried to convince Ken Wisenhunt he was ready, but Wisenhunt decided to go with Charlie Whitehurst.
Yeah, there's a difference between trying to play and asking to play. He asked to play and was denied.
Ricky. Hey! Peel! Solid. Little lady!
Craig Stevens, the tight end, in motion. Locker to the air on first down. And he throws to the other tight end, Delaney Walker, who's got a first down. Team leading 23rd catch of the season for Delaney Walker. Take a look at the Tennessee offense. Andy Levitre, he said he needs to play better. The 6-year left guard out of Oregon State. And Sean Green, the running back, Mr. Burlon.
And Sean Green's got to step up today. Only 33 carries on the year, but they've got to get this running game going to take some pressure off of Jake Locker. Between Sean Green and Bishop Sankey, it has to happen today.
21-yard pickup on first down. They give it to Bishop Sankey here. And the Titans' first carry, not much doing. As Kawan Williams makes the stop, gives us a chance to look at the Browns defense. Phil Taylor, the #1 pick in 2011, now in his 4th year at linebacker. Barkevius Mingo has just 2 sacks in his last 14 games. And Steve Tasker to Sean Gibson, a threat in that secondary.
Well, he's got 2 interceptions. He's got 5 interceptions in his last 6 games dating back to last year. He's getting some help from the front 4, but he's a playmaker and a ball hawk, and he's trying to get another turnover for the Browns.
2nd and 9, they give it to Sean Green, trying to get to the outside. He slips, and our first flag of the day, Gene Steratore, is today's referee.
That was a late flag in the secondary. Now he's carrying it up to the box, throwing it towards the line of scrimmage again. So there, you see him now. He finally dropped it right at the line of scrimmage.
Holding. Offense, number 82. 10-yard penalty. Replay, 2nd down.
And that's on Delaney Walker.
And that's a big mistake. You know, that was a positive run, 4 yards. And you got right there, you got the edge. Sean Green is going to get outside. Delaney Walker, you can't fault him for the effort, but as soon as those hands leave the framework of the body, if they get on the outside of those pads, they're going to throw the flag every time.
So that brings up 3rd and 17. The Titans have not converted a 3rd and 10 or more this entire season, and now on the year in that category, they are 0 for 15.
That was
now it's 3rd down.
Yeah, that was a repeat 2nd down after the holding penalty, and you're not going to run that draw play on a 3rd and 17, but now they do face that.
You might, though, if you're worried about your quarterback in this situation. You might throw a safe pass, a screen pass, or run a draw play just because you don't want something bad to happen early in the ball game.
So now it's 3rd and 17. Locker out of the shotgun, and there's some movement on the line. That's a false start.
3rd and 23.
Offense, number 70. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
And what did Steve Burline say off the top of our broadcast? 1st and 2nd equals 3rd, and huge problems here for the Titans leading up to this 3rd down.
That's exactly right, Andrew. This is the worst team in the NFL on 3rd down, but it's directly related to the fact that you're getting yourself in third and long situations. You know, they are 1 for their last 19 third down conversions, 5 of their last 31. It's been a terrible display of how to convert on third down.
So 3rd and 22. Walker has some time, throws, and the pass is caught by Nate Washington, but he's well short of a first down, and Tennessee will have to punt.
Well, after a promising start to Delaney Walker down the near side, they got a nice gain on the first play of that drive, and then we got a chance to see why the Titans are not scoring points in the first quarter.
But you also look at right there, and you, as a special teams guy, you know how significant that 15-yard gain was right there. Field position, getting the ball to the 40-yard line. Now your punter has a chance to pin back this Browns offense to start the game.
And it's not Travis Benjamin back deep for the Browns. He's been struggling. This is Jordan Poyer awaiting for the punt, drifting back to the 6-yard line, and not much doing. A great punt by Brett Kern of 54 yards. Browns offense coming out first quarter in Nashville. Cleveland native Brian Hoyer out on the field for the Browns. 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Cleveland, the only team in the NFL not to turn the football over. They have poor field position to start after the beautiful punt by Kern. It's 1st and 10 from the 6. Hoyer sets up a screen to Ben Tate, and the Titans are not fooled. Terrell Casey and Cameron Wembley make the tackle as we look at the Cleveland offense and the rookie left guard Joel Bitonio, 2nd-round pick, off to a very nice start in his young career. And Andrew Hawkins has quickly become Brian Hoyer's favorite target, Steve Tasker.
Yeah, and he had 3 years in Cincinnati, comes over to Tennessee. He's very small in stature, but he's got 51 career receptions for 500 yards. He is a special player if they can get him the ball in space.
Ben Tate on 2nd down, and he's got a little room to the outside. Ben Tate with a first down, and a big run by Ben Tate of 15 yards. Gives the Browns a little breathing room. We'll take a look at the Tennessee defense. Jarrell Casey, we met with the Browns, and every single one of them talked about how impressed they are with Jarrell Casey. Derek Morgan making the switch to linebacker this year, off to a bit of a slow start this season. No sacks for Morgan. And Cody Sensabaugh starts in the secondary for the injured Bleedy Ray Wilson.
Yeah, Bleedy Ray Wilson was a guy that Kyle Shanahan, the offensive coordinator for the Browns, is very concerned about jumping routes. Cody Sensabaugh, much more conservative corner out there, not going to give up the big play.
Tate again, and he gets up to the 25-yard line. It's been all Ben Tate so far, as he missed the last 2.5 games with that sprained right knee.
You know, you talk about a guy like Ben Tate as he trots off the field, and he's being replaced by one of those guys that filled in so well for him. Isaiah Crowell comes on the field. The Browns, they're a run-first team. They've got a big, solid, very experienced offensive line. They use it in every aspect of their offense. That offensive line and that running game affects every other aspect of their offense.
They pitch it to the rookie Crowell, and he can't get to the outside. It's Ropati Patuatoa making the tackle. Did not play last week because of a knee injury. Back out there today for the Titans.
Well, you talk about Ben Tate, how it's important to get him off to a good start. He only had 6 carries on the year coming into this game with the knee injury you talked about, Andrew. But it's been a blessing, I believe, for this Cleveland Browns offense. You know, you got a chance to really look at your young rookies, Terrence West and Isaiah Crowell, and they have stepped up and really shown Mike Pettin that they are going to be guys to count on in the future.
3rd down and 4. Browns 36% on 3rd downs this year. That's 26th in the NFL. Hoyer in trouble, and he is sacked. It was the safety, Michael Griffin, coming up to make his first sack of the season.
Well, this happened really fast as it came in out of the secondary. The pocket collapsed, and as Hoyer looks right, he sees it, tries to go back left very quickly. But you see right there, Griffin is right in his face as soon as he turns to try and throw the hot read.
Well, I think you got to put that squarely on Brian Hoyer, because obvious that no one was accounting for Michael Griffin. That's a hot route. You can't hold the ball back there. He's got to get rid of it.
First sack since week 2 for the Titans. As Spencer Lanning punts this one away, and it's McCluster who's back deep, spins away from one, and then tripped up at the 42-yard line, a punt of 44 yards. Jake Locker and the Titans coming back out for Tennessee. Back in Nashville, 8:37 to go first quarter between the Browns and the Titans. Good field position for Tennessee to start this drive. Locker quickly to McCluster, runs into his own man and then spun down by Phil Taylor.
I think it's very important for Ken Wisenhunt to establish Dexter McCluster as a part of this offense. He's such a unique personality, such a unique ability guy. You got to find creative ways to get him the ball. I've had a chance to watch him since he played for Ole Miss, and the guy, when you find creative ways to get him the ball in space, there's nobody harder to bring down.
Yeah, and there's a lot of similarities between these two teams. Dexter McCluster is the Cleveland Browns' Andrew Hawkins. Both these teams have that guy. I think both are struggling to find a way to use him in their offense.
Play action. Locker has some room to run on the right. Pump fakes, cuts it back inside, still going, and that is what Jake Locker brings to the table as he spikes the football to the ground. Billy Wynn makes the tackle. There's an injured member of the Titans down on the field, Taylor Lewan.
This is one of the things we spoke to Cleveland Browns about it, particularly Paul Kruger said the thing about Locker, when he pulls it down and runs, he's not looking to throw it, he's looking to run. And Locker on that play showed exactly that. When he decided to break contain, he did keep some of his eyes a little bit down the field, but really he wanted to touch that football and get the first down.
This is the first-round pick, Taylor Lewan, the 11th overall selection in the draft, who's down on the ground. We'll take a break, come back to Tennessee in a moment. Under his own power, smiling on the sideline, so that's a good sign for the Titans, who have a first down at the Cleveland 48-yard line. Kendall Wright, nowhere to go, gets away from Armonte Bryant, but then Bryant comes back to make the tackle as we go back to that injury by Lewan, and take a look.
This is Lewan right here. You're going to see he catches a very uncomfortable helmet right in the belly right there. And folks, if you haven't had a helmet stuck in your ribs or in your belly, you don't know how painful that is. You really think you're going to die because you can't breathe for about 45 seconds.
That's what happened. He literally was chuckling on the sidelines. Guys were making fun of him. Now he's back in the game.
2nd and 9. And we're going to go back to New York with an update. JB and Boomer.
And Eagles habit, Boomer. You know, JB, Steve Tasker loves stuff like this. Here comes James Casey. He's going to block the punt of Johnny Hecker, and it's going to be picked up by Chris Maragos, who's trying to become Steve Tasker-like these days. 10-yard touchdown return for the Eagles. They lead 7-0. 2 weeks in a row, that's how they start. Tasker was fearless at that. Andrew, Steve, and Steve.
There's only one Steve Tasker.
That guy should set his sights higher.
All right, 3rd down and 9 for Tennessee. 6:14 to go first quarter. Pressure coming, Locker in trouble, gets away, keeps the play alive, throws it down the field, and it's incomplete, but a flag comes in. Joe Hayden on the coverage. Browns are trying to say that it was an uncatchable pass.
Yeah, this is going to be interference.
Defense, number 23. Spot foul, automatic. First down.
And you got to go back to Locker, keeping that play alive.
Well, Steve, you mentioned earlier that when he runs, he usually thinks about running down the field. That's what you're afraid of with his feet. But this time he looks up the field, tries to make a play. You can see, top of your screen, Joe Hayden, the toughest thing in the world for a cornerback to do. Man-to-man defense, quarterback breaks the pocket. That receiver can go anywhere. Your natural reaction is to try and grab him and figure out where he's going.
It's a 29-yard penalty as the Titans go into the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 18. Locker fires left to Washington, his 2nd catch of the day, and he's spun out of bounds at the 12-yard line. Nate Washington only had 2 catches in the last 3 games, but he already has 2 in this first quarter.
Yeah, you talk, Cleveland is a team that loves to run a lot of man coverage. You get Nate Washington matched up out there. Sooner or later, somebody's going to get some separation. Particularly, we asked Mike Pettin about this yesterday. You know, if he's a little bit gun-shy about playing man-to-man coverage, given the new rules and the new level of points of emphasis. He said, no way, you just got to use your defensive schemes the way you can. Get him in that first 5 yards to take the advantage.
Jake Locker started 5 for 5 for 44 yards. Sean Green trying to get to the outside, and he's going to be stopped short of a first down.
And despite the fact that this Cleveland Browns team has given up over 20 points in each of their games this year, and going back 7 games this year to last year, they do pretty darn well in the red zone. They're the 7th ranked defense in the red zone, so they're kind of a bend-don't-break team. They're giving up an awful lot of yards, but they're keeping teams to field goals as opposed to touchdowns.
Inside 5 to go in the first quarter. Again, the Titans have not scored in the first quarter this entire year. It's a 3rd and 3. Locker to the right, pass is caught by Kendall Wright, slips a tackle and takes it in. Touchdown, Tennessee.
This is something that has plagued the Cleveland defense this year in giving up so many big plays. They miss tackles. Joe Hayden on the outside gets in space, and they've got a defender here to make the play. That's not Joe Hayden, that's Williams. And you just don't make the tackle. Now, granted, there's a lot of space for Wright to work right there, but your defenders have got to make those tackles in space. If you can't tackle, you can't play.
And the most important thing there, Williams coming from the inside, has got to force that receiver outside. You can't get beat back inside. That's giving up a big play.
Yeah, it's bad technique.
First time this season the Titans have scored points in the first quarter. Extra point is good by Ryan Suckup. That pass interference penalty was huge as Kendall Wright has his 2nd touchdown of the season. Tennessee jumps out to a 7-0 lead thanks to the touchdown catch from Kendall Wright. First point scored in the first quarter this season by the Titans. Joe Hayden's been under a lot of fire in Cleveland. We spoke to him yesterday and to Mike Pettin about Hayden, and they both said other than 4 plays this year, they say he's playing great. That penalty really costly for the Browns on that last drive as Marlon Moore takes this one out across the 30 and to the 33-yard line. Browns offense with Brian Hoyer coming back out in a moment. Today with NFL Now, watch a free preview of the ultimate video highlights experience on your phone, tablet, or desktop. Don't miss a big play from your fantasy team or favorite players. Start watching free today at NFL.com/now. 4:38 to go, first quarter. Let's see if the Browns can answer after that touchdown from Locker to Kendall Wright. 1st and 10 for Cleveland. Ben Tate gets away from 1 and up to the 33-yard line.
Yeah, we talked about Jarrell Casey working against the double team there. You see him try and spin out of the block there by Bitonio. Jarrell Casey is the one guy this Cleveland offensive line is focusing on. He had 10.5 sacks last season, and for a defensive tackle, that's a big number.
And he draws a lot of double teams. That's just the nature of the beast with him.
Play action. Hoyer was looking deep, hit as he throws into double coverage, and it's incomplete. Hoyer took a shot, and that was nearly picked off. It was Tua who applied the pressure and hit Brian Hoyer.
Well, this is what Kyle Shanahan wants to do. You get that running game going, the hard play action, you want to take a shot at the field, but Brian Hoyer has got to make better decisions. He had plenty of time back there. Protection was good. Look at that. That is double coverage. All of these pass routes, you see Jarrell Casey and Tua coming in there, but all these plays that Kyle Shanahan draws up, they got a big play down the field, but if it's not there, you got to get to your 2nd or 3rd guy.
So that sets up 3rd down and 5 for Cleveland. Inside 4 minutes to go. 2 on the play clock. Just get it off. Hoyer over the middle, and that is caught, but short of a first down by Travis Benjamin. Cody Sensabaugh wraps him up, and that will bring up 4th down.
Yeah, you kind of would think about maybe going for it, but not the way the Brown defense has played in the first month of the season. I think it's in Mike Pettin's heart that he would love to go for it on 4th down, but when you've just given up a touchdown and a good drive, you're not going to do it, particularly at this point on your own 38-yard
Exactly.
line.
I think if they were up near the 50-yard line, maybe you got an argument. On the other side of the 50, for sure, you could think about it.
Even though they've got a really solid run game, they come out and they maybe had a little trick play arm that they called off right there, but 4th and less than 1, a lot of head coaches would love to go for it.
McCluster back deep, awaiting the punt from Lanning. At the 15. And McCluster is wrapped up at the 20-yard line. With 3 minutes to go in the first quarter, Tennessee up 7-0 on Cleveland. Titans at 70 yards in the first half, and Jake Locker is responsible for 67 of those yards. 6 for 6 through the air and 12 yards rushing on the ground.
So important for him to get off to a good start. That touchdown to get the first quarter monkey off their backs, but this is a team that's lost six of 7 games at home.
Kendall Wright with some room to run. Still going at the 40. Right across midfield and finally brought down at the 42-yard line. A 38-yard pickup for Kendall Wright.
Well, really like the play call coming out here. First down, you got some momentum. Pull Kendall Wright on that reverse, and what a great cutback right there. Breaking tackles against Steve Tasker. You talk about the missed tackles. That's a big play to start the drive here for the Tennessee Titans.
And he does the Johnny Manziel little finger grab. All right, we'll keep an eye on that. First carry of the season for Kendall Wright. Now McCluster on first down. He gets to the 35-yard line before Mingo makes the tackle. So there's been an impressive start for Tennessee in this first quarter offensively.
Yeah, that play by Wright was really huge. He came by with velocity, the quarterback. They had a nice exchange from Locker and Wright. That play was outside to the edge before Armonte Bryant knew they were even running wide. They got there so fast to the edge, the defense had no shot. One missed tackle later, and they're all the way the other end of the field.
And it's another big play against that Browns defense for a lot of different reasons, but it's just been too often this year for him.
Sean Green up the middle, and he's got the first down. And Mike Pettin said the focus of the bye week was to fix that run defense. When we met with them yesterday, there wasn't really one concrete thing they said was going wrong, just mistakes, but they continue to get gashed here in the first quarter on the ground.
And as you see the stat right there at the bottom, most in the NFL runs of 20 yards or more, and that's just not a stat you want to lead the NFL in.
For most offenses, 20-yard runs hardly ever happen, and yet everybody's been able to get it done against this Brown defense. It's been a real surprise for everybody.
Sankey on 1st and 10. And again, another big pickup on the ground. It goes for 11 yards and another Tennessee first down.
Well, you see the significance, I believe. This is the Tennessee Titans offense has been dormant for the last 3 weeks, but you come out, you score early in the game, you get the crowd behind you. Again, they've lost 6 of their last 7 games at home, but all of a sudden now things are going well. You see the adrenaline rush, and they believe they're pretty good right now, and they're hard to stop.
All 4 plays on this drive have been on the ground for Tennessee. They've picked up 61 yards. Final 30 seconds of the first quarter. If Tennessee going to keep it on the ground as Sean Green gets 3 more.
Yeah, and that's the first time where the Cleveland defense has set the edge of the defense and not let the Titans push the entire play to the sideline. What happens is that offensive line starts to move out in zone coverage, and it spreads the defense from sideline to sideline, and that running back can pick anywhere he wants to go. That time they set the edge and they had a little better play.
That's the end of the first quarter. Tennessee leads 7-0. First time since week 1 that Tennessee has had a lead, and they are picking up close to 8 yards per play so far as we start the second quarter. Second down and 7. Locker looking right the entire way, fires end zone, incomplete, but he had McCluster.
Wow, what a great double move by McCluster on screen. He faked the slant route, went right up the sideline. Watch right here, fakes the slant, and screen jumps it and gets beat deep. That was a touchdown that they missed.
And that's a young quarterback in Jake Locker. You can't keep saying that, I know, but he's got to be patient with that. There was no pressure on him. Dexter McCluster ran a great route. You've got to make that throw when the opportunity's there.
So now it's 3rd down and 7. Pressure coming, flags down. Locker's pass is nearly intercepted. Carlos Dansby had a hand on it, and now we wait to see what the penalty marker is.
Offside. Defense, number 99. 5-yard penalty. Replay, 3rd down.
Another big penalty against the Browns on a 3rd down. Remember, Hayden the pass interference in the first quarter, and this one goes against Paul Kruger.
That's a huge penalty right there. I mean, number one, that should have been picked off and going the other way. It could have been a pick six on the outside. They're lucky it didn't turn out that way, but to have a penalty on a third down stop is really inexcusable.
So 3rd and 7 becomes 3rd and 2. Nate Washington in motion. Locker steps up, has the first down, still going, touchdown! Jake Locker takes it in, and Tennessee up 13-0, and a late flag is down, and Locker remains on the ground.
They went from having a 4th down play to giving up the touchdown. And now there's going to have some words there. Somebody gave Locker an extra shot going into the end zone, and he's still down.
It was that late hit, and I don't know if it was any chance to really avoid that. You can see the contact at the end of the play.
It was Chris Kirksey, the rookie out of Iowa.
To the knee.
And it was in the end zone.
Oh, yeah, it's a
Led with his forearm, and there's still some pushing and shoving now.
Yeah, now the Titan guys, some of the Titans ran back into the fray.
Well, they showed the replay on the scoreboard here in the stadium, and all the Titans were watching, and that got them even more agitated.
Well, Kirksey is now a marked man in this game. Whether you want to admit it or not, they are all looking him up right now. That was in the end zone late, no doubt about it. Were they ejecting him from the game?
There's been no official call yet. The referees,
the referees are having a huddle about it. And there's, if you look at the corner, there's 5 penalty. It's a new record, NFL record. 5 penalty flags in the end zone.
We laugh about it, but it's good to see Jake Locker up and back on the sideline. But I'll tell you, he's got to be careful because both of his runs say he is so good and athletic running the football, but he puts himself in harm's way the way he attacks as he's running the football. He's got to be careful, be smart.
It's his 5th career rushing touchdown as the officials sort this one out.
After the touchdown, personal foul, unnecessary roughness defense, number 93, for the hit on the quarterback. Following that, we have unnecessary roughness, number 72 of Tennessee. Those penalties are going to offset the touchdown counts, and we will now try the point after. Correction on the number of the late hit was number 58.
Yeah, they changed the number.
Yeah,
it wasn't Antone or Monty Bryan, it was Kirksey. And here's another angle. And
here's the good look. You're going to see that right forearm just come right across that chin, man.
And now Michael Orr is the one on the Titans who was called for the penalty.
Michael Orr was clear to the sideline. They saw the big screen replay of the hit, and then the Titans realized what happened, and they did not like it. Michael Orr, most notably.
But offsetting penalties. And now here is Ryan Suckup for the extra point to try to make it 14-0. That drive for Tennessee, 7 plays, 6 runs, and they move right down the field. 75 yards rushing on that drive for Tennessee, and more pushing and shoving, and another flag comes in. Their tempers continue to flare here in Nashville.
One positive of this is Gene Steratore, the official, is a very experienced NFL official, and you can bet
after the
he's not going to lose the handle.
Foul, unnecessary roughness. Offense, number 77. 15-yard penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
That's on the rookie, Taylor Lewan. And after all that, it was all really started by the Kirksey hit. It's the Browns who will benefit because 2 penalties went against Tennessee. And that's a bad job by the Titans, let's be honest. I mean, Chris Kirksey lays the forearm. You're thinking maybe they'll get a better spot here for the kickoff, and instead it's the Browns who will benefit.
Well, one of the marks of a good football team, a championship caliber football team, and a coach that's got the message across to his team is to keep your poise, keep your composure. Even though the emotions run high, even though you really want to go out there and retaliate, for something that was obviously unacceptable by the opponent, you've got to keep your cool and understand you're going to get another shot at him at some point.
Yeah, the best revenge is playing better than the other guy, not taking a shot at him after the play or between plays or talking to him. The best revenge for a hit like that is to score and score and score and score.
Right. And Ken Wisenhunt just chewed out Taylor Lewan. He's pointing to the field to see where the returner Marlon Moore is standing as the ball comes off the tee.
And that's what Ken Wisenhunt is trying to do right now. He's trying to make a statement to his young offensive linemen and the rest of the team that, listen, if we want to get to where we want to get, which is the playoffs first and foremost, everybody's got to buy in. We've got to keep our composure, keep our poise. We can't have those momentary lapses in judgment.
Suckup kicks it away, and Moore from the 5. Across the 25, trying to get to the outside. Another flag comes in behind the play, and Moore is tackled at the 31-yard line.
This was thrown by Sterator, the white hat, and then he's got another conference. There's another flag on the far side, so there's 2 flags on this play as well.
During the return, holding return team number 24, 10-yard penalty, first down Cleveland.
All right, let's go back to that point after where Lewan got called. He's on the left side of your screen.
Right here is the end on the line of scrimmage, and it happens after the kick is gone. And he's there, that last little bit there, giving Batamosi a little bit extra. That was after the play they had in the end zone with the quarterback. You know the officials are going to call it tight to get the lid back on this game.
Well, Batamosi might get an Academy Award for that stumble going down too.
And he was the guilty party on that kickoff. Batamosi, as the Titans' run defense comes up big, stopping Terrence West. Al Woods leading the charge.
Yeah, I'll tell you, if you want to get your opponent stirred up, take a shot at their quarterback. Now you've got everybody. Al Woods blasting through the middle of the Browns line through Alex Mack, Alex Mack's not just another guy. He's a good player. And this Titan defense, and indeed the entire Titan roster, has got it turned up all the way now, all thanks to that hit in the end zone on their quarterback.
Hoyer over the middle, caught by Jordan Cameron for a first down. Now Hoyer says that Cameron's really his safety valve, and in a big spot here, they come up with a 19-yard gain.
Jordan Cameron is really the offensive player that jumps out at you when you talk about the Cleveland Browns. Brian Hoyer, a lot of confidence putting that ball up high. Jordan Cameron went to the Pro Bowl last year, 80 catches, almost 1,000 yards. He's been injured a little bit this year, but he's back full go now. He's got to be a big factor for Cleveland.
Did not play week 2 because of a sprained AC joint in his right shoulder. Only had 1 catch in week 3 as West running left, puts his head down right at Bernard Pollard and across the 40-yard line.
That is a nice run by the young running back West, who took the pitch, and this is a design cutback play, no question, put in probably just for West. These young running backs continue to help the Browns.
Some tempo here for the Browns offense on 3rd and 1. West has the first down across the 45-yard line. Be interesting to see today the carry breakdown with these 3 backs for Cleveland.
Well, Kyle Shanahan did tell me today before the game that if he had the opportunity to change up the pace of the game, he was going to do it with this up-tempo. It wasn't going to be a big part of the game necessarily, but if it's working, he's going to stick with it.
And Brian Hoyer told us yesterday he wanted to see how the Tennessee defense would react to that up-tempo as Ben Tate gets to the 50-yard line. Derek Morgan makes the tackle.
It's a little bit different up-tempo as well, Berline, because we see so many teams go up-tempo and spread the field and throw it all over the yard. The Browns up-tempo and pound it.
Play action on 2nd and 6. Hoyer, the screen, and not much doing as Jim Dray tried to make the catch, but it's ruled incomplete.
It was the pressure up the field in Brian Hoyer's face that forced him to throw that ball a little bit early. You see right there the pressure coming up the field. It was Bernard Pollard. Did not bite on the hard play action fake to the left side, so we got the big third down now facing the Cleveland Browns.
And they are 0 for 2 on third down so far today. They were 0 for 4 in the fourth quarter against Baltimore in week 3. 3rd and 6. Hoyer throws right to Hawkins, who makes the catch for a first down. Andrew Hawkins with his team-leading 22nd catch of the season.
And that's why Brian Hoyer's so intriguing. Watch how fast he gets rid of this football. Step, throw, gone, right on the sideline. Hawkins pulls it in, and it looks all too easy when the ball comes out on time. There's no chance for the Titans to get any kind of quarterback pressure or a sack, and it spreads those defenders so thin. Great throw by Hoyer.
Hawkins 7th in the NFL, averaging 7 catches per game. Tate up the middle, has some room. Ben Tate with a first down, and this is just what the doctor ordered for Cleveland in terms of this drive.
Well, this is the classic Kyle Shanahan zone scheme, running the ball. You're trying to get the running back to push it up into the hole on the play side, but you create those cutback lanes for him to take advantage of.
6th carry for Tate, spinning his way to the 21-yard line. He's had good numbers in his career. Ben Tate against Tennessee, 5 career games, 323 yards and averaging 6.7 yards per carry. He's got 48 yards rushing in this first half, and the screen pass is batted down. Heck of a play there by Sean Phillips.
Yeah, Phillips, the veteran that played in San Diego for so many years. There's nothing that Hoyer or the Browns are going to throw at that guy that he hasn't seen and hasn't defended. He's a former Pro Bowl type player who's really added some depth, and a great job being rotated into the outside.
And that was a first down saver. That would have definitely been a first down for Cleveland.
Fans on their feet here in Nashville. 3rd down and 4 for Cleveland. 11th play of the drive. And a timeout is called for by the Browns.
Yeah, I agree with the timeout. If you're not sure, take your time and talk it over.
First time out of the half for the Cleveland Browns. 10:49 to go, second quarter. Big third down coming for Cleveland. 3rd down and 4.
Look for Jordan Cameron coming in motion there.
Hoyer looking his way, makes the catch, but immediately wrapped up. It's the veteran George Wilson who makes the tackle.
That was read perfectly by George Wilson. He saw Jordan Cameron coming out to the flat there. Cameron thinks he's got a lot of space, but no. He ran right by the block of Andrew Hawkins. That was the key. Hawkins has got to make a block on that. Kyle Shanahan not pleased at all with that. Knows he's 1 block away from making that conversion.
Well, you're asking a 5'7", buck-80 guy to block a 215-pound safety, and it's just not going to happen.
So a 38-yard field goal try by Billy Cundiff. And this one is good, and the Browns are on the board. 10:05 to go, second quarter. Cleveland's deficit is now 11. Well, it did not end with a touchdown, but still an important drive for the Cleveland Browns. They give their defense a rest there with that 4.5-minute drive. Cundiff caps it off with a 38-yard field goal, and the Browns are on the board. It's 14-3. Leon Washington is back deep for the Titans. And that one goes through the end zone for a touchback. That'll bring Jake Locker back out. And already been an interesting day for Locker. This was the touchdown run.
And he's a guy that's going to throw his body around. He has had injury issues. These doctors now in the NFL very, very in tune with the protocol to go through to make sure that there's no lingering effects from that hit. I guarantee you he will be monitored for the rest of this game, though, too. If he shows any signs of not being 100% with it, he will be taken out of this ballgame.
Yeah, it could. And it's a delayed reaction. A lot of times on a concussion, you don't show the symptoms until later in the game.
Walker's pass to the sideline is reeled in by Justin Hunter. Buster screen on the coverage for Cleveland.
Well, that's a good statement by Jake Locker. And number one, a great opportunity, confidence by Ken Whisenhunt to come out after a hit like that and let him throw the football right away. Nice throw on time. A good positive first down play for Jake Locker and his troops.
Hey, I got 56. I got 56. Good lady. Put it up.
Locker running right. Going to put his head down and keep it across the 35, and a flag comes in at the 45-yard line in the secondary. And the officials are indicating this is against the Browns.
Holding. Defense. Number 22. 5-yard penalty added to the end of the run. Automatic first down.
I think one of the things that happens to these DBs, when they see that quarterback break contain and start to run, they start throwing those receivers off them so they don't get blocked. And if the quarterback's still behind the line of scrimmage, or if the official sees it the other way, you know, they still get called for holding, even if it turns into a quarterback run.
So a first down for Tennessee. Play action. Locker. Nowhere to go, and Jabal Sheard comes from behind to make the tackle.
A great coverage up the field. That was not a pressure sack from the defensive front. That was a coverage sack. Nowhere for Jake Locker to go with the ball. They've been running the ball well. They try to come back and hit him with the play action. Great job in the secondary. But on that note, that illegal contact or defensive hold'em, it is so tough to be a defensive player nowadays.
It is.
It is just a different game.
We spoke about it earlier. Mike Pettin said, listen, you can hit him in the first 5 yards. Your defensive backs really have to take advantage of that hard in the first 5 yards of the play. Otherwise, they have no shot.
And sacked by Sheard moves him into 9th place on the Browns' all-time list. Sean Green on the carry for Tennessee with 8:20 to go first half.
That was a great play call for that situation by Ken Whisenhunt, who does call the plays for the Tennessee Titans. Cleveland had a well-designed blitz coming off the edge with Barkevius Mingo, and had that been a pass play, there was nobody to account for Barkevius Mingo. Instead, they run it up inside and gas him for a nice game.
Mike Pettin's defense looking for the hold here on third down. It's 3rd and 4 for the Titans. There goes McCusker to the top of your screen. 5 on the play clock. Walker has time. Now he wants to run, and he has the first down. Ball came out late at the end, but they are saying that he was down, and it's a first down for Tennessee.
And once again, Jake Locker making the play with his legs. You see, that's a good move. Dodges the big hit, dives forward, and yeah, the ball comes out after he hits the ground. It's a good down by contact call by the officials. But Jake Locker, while this has been effective and it has really helped the Titans today, you just think sooner or later it's going to catch up to them.
Well, yeah, these guys are too good. They can tackle running backs in the open field. He's going to take a shot at some point. That's part of his game, though.
Tennessee calls timeout. It's first of this first half with 7:03 to go in the second quarter. Well, tomorrow on NCIS Los Angeles, LL Cool J and Chris O'Donnell star in a new episode you won't want to miss. NCIS Los Angeles on its new night and time tomorrow at 10/9 Central, only CBS. With the Steves, Berline and Tasker, and Mike Carey back in our New York studio, I'm Andrew Catalan. We thank you for joining us for Week 5 of the NFL on CBS. Steve Berline, 17 years in the NFL. Pro Bowl in '99. A thing or two that Tasker knows about. 7-time Pro Bowler for the Buffalo Bills.
17 years is a long time, bro.
Yeah, it is. Golly, it is.
Now, Phil Taylor has a knee injury for Cleveland. His return is questionable. We'll keep an eye on that. Sean Green cuts it back inside. Still going. And the Titans continue to get the job done on the ground. Dansby and Mingo make the tackle.
Well, you hear coaches talk about it all the time. You got to run the ball. You got to stop the run. Well, this is why. Because the Tennessee Titans coming into this game They were the 17th ranked rushing team in the NFL, right in the middle of the pack. But they're going against a 29th ranked rush defense. The Cleveland Browns have got to stop the run on 1st and 2nd down if they want to have any kind of a chance to shut this offense down.
Tennessee has 118 yards rushing so far in this first half. Locker play action, in trouble, fires it away. Jabal Sheard was bringing the heat. Good coverage downfield also by the Browns secondary.
Yeah, one thing I didn't like about this play is that Delanie Walker, maybe their best offensive player, ended up blocking on a defensive end in pass protection. I think they have 2 guys out on the route, the 2 wide receivers. Everybody else was standing there trying to protect Jake Locker, and the Cleveland Browns did a great job of recognizing it, covering the 2 guys up outside, and Locker just had to throw it away.
Yeah, why do you call it a max protection like that? You call it because you're expecting blitz, but when they don't blitz, you only got 2 receivers. There's nowhere to go with that football.
Blue lady. Blue lady.
Locker's pass is dropped. Low throw, and Justin Hunter could not bring it in. That brings up 3rd down.
Well, Jake Locker is a 57% career passer. This year down around 55%. He's got to get that up into the 60s. This is an opportunity right here. Look, the ball's down low. Is that ball a ball that should have been caught? Sure, it should be caught. But when you talk about the great quarterbacks, the most accurate ones, they get the ball to the receiver in the right position where they can catch it, turn it up the field, make some extra yards. He should have made a better throw there.
3rd down and 10 for the Titans. Hunter makes the catch at the 37, cuts it inside, and he's got the 1st down. Great moves after the catch by Justin Hunter. Chris Kirksey makes the tackle.
Well, this is just poor tackling. I mean, you got the guys pursuing from the inside. Kirksey's coming inside, but watch. Joe Hayden does a nice job making the receiver stop and go back inside, and Kirksey comes out, knocks Hayden off, takes a poor angle. Joe Hayden does exactly the right thing, and he gets the inside pursuit. Just isn't there.
Joe Hayden's job is to do what he did, force him back inside and get some help. Right there, look at the 1st down converted and 3rd and 10 plus.
First time this year, 3rd and 10 or more, that the Titans have converted. John Green on 1st down, and Sheard makes the tackle.
It's those poor kind of things in the secondary and the pursuit that over pursues and allows the cutbacks. It's missed tackles, things like that. And this Brown defense, all of a sudden, it looks like they can't play. And in fact, you got some guys doing the right thing, but if it was just a guy taking the proper angle, making the tackle at the point where they've got the guy hemmed in, this defense is transformed. But right now they look like they can't find themselves.
That should have been a 2-yard game.
That's right.
The Titans are averaging 7 yards per carry in this first half. They swing it to McCluster running right, and he is tackled at the 20-yard line. Good containment that time by the Browns defense.
Carlos Dansby split the 2 big guards that were coming out there to get in front of that play. The 2 big offensive linemen. Carlos Dansby knifed right between them and forced McCluster to stop and wait for him to pass, and that blew the play up. That was a great job by Dansby.
Well, Tennessee here now, they are 4 or 5 on 3rd down today. Worst in the league coming into it, but they're converting because they're keeping the situations manageable. Here, 3rd and 6.
Pressure coming, Locker hit as he throws, and it's incomplete.
This is a penalty.
There's a flag down. Wow.
Locker got hit right in the face by Buster Screen as he jumped up to knock.
There's the call from
Locker
Gene's
got
territory.
Right
he did
in the face as he let that play
There
go.
are 2 fouls. Holding defense number 23. That penalty is declined. Also, there is personal foul roughing the passer. Loaded ahead, defense number 22. Half the distance to the goal. Automatic. First down.
So another penalty on Joe Hayden, but it's Buster Screen who gets called for hitting the quarterback, and it's another killer penalty on 3rd down as you take another look.
Got hit in the face, and Charlie Whitehurst is warming up on the sideline right now.
Yeah, Locker has to come off the field, and Charlie Whitehurst is headed on the field.
It looks like, yeah, maybe he got hit in the face and got it. Who knows what it would be? Oh,
it might be boy. Oh yeah.
Well, remember, it was the right wrist that kept him out last week against Indianapolis.
That is not good for Jake Locker if it's that right hand again.
Second choice timeout, Tennessee.
So Tennessee calls timeout, and Jake Locker is heading into the locker room with 3:59 to go in the second quarter.
That is about the worst thing you could possibly see if you're a Tennessee Titans supporter. They're going in to get an x-ray.
Yeah, and the amazing thing is you've seen Locker run all over the field. He took the shot in the end zone hard. He's been running up and down the field. This injury happens right in the pocket where he's supposed to be, releasing it into the face of an oncoming blitz, and that's where he gets hurt. It's so unpredictable, but that position at quarterback is one where not only he has to watch what he's doing to make sure he stays healthy, but also the scheme has to make sure that he's protected and he has somebody to block everybody.
Well, back in week 3 at Cincinnati, this is the play that he hurt his wrist on that kept him out last week. So now it is Whitehurst who's into the game. 12 of 23 a week ago against the Colts, starting for Locker. Play action. Whitehurst has plenty of time. Running right, chased by Rubin, and just throws it away.
I think it's a good call by Tennessee. You got a cold quarterback coming in, and you've been running the football pretty well. You got to think that the Cleveland Browns are going to think you're going to hand it off, give Whitehurst a chance to get his feet under him. But don't forget, Whitehurst played the entire game last week, so it's not like he's that rusty. Have him come in and throw the football, see if you can catch the Browns napping.
Yeah, Charlie Whitehurst in 9 years in the league, he's only started 5 games, but he's experienced. He's used to being in these situations. He's an athletic guy, ran for 40 yards last week as well. So he's a guy that I think Ken Wisenhunt feels comfortable with.
Come on, baby.
And now
Got a clock issue.
the officials stop play with 3:49 to go.
Well, we're not going to get an explanation for that, but here we go.
2nd and 10 for Tennessee. Ball at the 10-yard line. They can get a first down without scoring a touchdown. Whitehurst to the air again, looking end zone, and it is caught in the back of the end zone for a touchdown. Kendall Wright, his 2nd of the day.
What a great throw by Whitehurst right into the corner. You see quarterbacks working on this. You go to practices, they throw it up and try and dump it into a garbage can right at the pylon, and that's just about perfect. As Wright does a great job of getting his feet in, and it's a small window. Whitehurst hits it. Man, that's perfectly executed by Tennessee.
First 2-touchdown game of Kendall Wright's career. And how about Charlie Whitehurst? Comes into the game, 2 passes, and they put 6 more points on the board. 3 trips to the red zone for Tennessee today. And they are clicking. Kendall Wright is 2nd of the half, and the Titans in the lead. It is 21-3 in favor of Tennessee. 3:43 to go second quarter. It is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and annual screening saves lives. Help finish the fight against breast cancer by visiting NFL.com/pink to celebrate the NFL and American Cancer Society's first ever A Crucial Catch Day on October 25th. Let's go back to the touchdown by Tennessee.
Well, I'm a huge Joe Hayden fan, and I'm confident that if he were put on the market as a free agent, there'd be 31 teams that would want him. But right here, I can't blame anybody else but him. You see, he's got no threat. He should be falling back into the back of the end zone. I don't believe he knew that Charlie Whitehurst would have the guts to throw that ball over the top. But that's Joe Hayden's play to make. He's got to back up into that corner, take away that throw.
So 3 red zone trips today for Tennessee, and they've cashed in with a touchdown all 3 times. Can the Browns answer? Brian Hoyer coming back out. You can access all of today's football action on the go. Just download the award-winning CBS Sports app right now for instant scores, breaking news, video, and more, all on your phone. 1st and 10 for Cleveland. They trail 21-3. Start this drive on the ground to Ben Tate. A stiff arm and out of bounds at the 25-yard line. 7th carry of the first half for Ben Tate. He's got 53 yards rushing.
Ben Tate has not been the problem here. He's been running the ball well. This Cleveland offense has got to do something on this drive before the half. They've got to get it into the end zone. You see the leading rushers. They're running the ball pretty darn well.
Well, 3rd down's been a problem here for the Browns in the first half, just 1 out of 4. This is 2nd down. Hoyer steps up, throws over the middle to Hawkins, and it's incomplete. He was open, but could not connect with Hoyer.
Yeah, they got tied up in the middle. Hawkins got tied up right there. You see the 2 receivers trying to dodge each other.
And he's only 5'7",
Right.
Hawkins, too. So coming across the middle, that's not a big target to hit, especially when you got to get it up and over a linebacker.
Just said it, Browns 1 for 4 on 3rd downs. 3rd down and 5. 3:11 to go first half. Hoyer, and it's broken up. He was looking for Cameron, but Avery Williamson, the rookie, got a hand on it for Tennessee.
Yeah, I think Hoyer's trying to force this in. Cameron was pretty well covered right on just a quick out, and it's inside 5 yards, so the contact and all that stuff, the holding that usually takes place on those plays doesn't apply because it was such a short route. It was within the allowed area where the defender can jam him, and that's what they did.
Lanning kicks it away. McCluster waiting for it at the 20-yard line. And good coverage by the Browns on special teams. Coming up on the Verizon Halftime Report, join JB, Tony, Bart, Boomer, and Coach Cower for all the latest NFL scores and highlights, as well as a preview of Thursday Night Football on CBS and NFL Network. That's coming up on the Verizon Halftime Report. Joe Hayden and the Browns defense back out. They've given up 21 points here in the first half, and it's still Charlie Whitehurst at quarterback for Tennessee. Jake Locker got hit on his right hand and went into the locker room. And we're being told that Locker's return is now questionable with a right hand injury. So right now it's Whitehurst for the Titans. Whitehurst wants to throw again. Looking deep, has a man. It's caught by Hunter. Off to the races. Hunter at the 10, 5, touchdown! 75 yards!
Man-to-man coverage is always a gamble, and Hunter just flat gets open.
Play action is just schoolyard. Just, hey, you go out there, take off. I'm going to hit you down the sideline. A great call by Ken Wisenhunt. They got the right coverage, but terrible coverage by Buster Screen. He's had a forgettable day already in this first half, but Charlie White to Hunter, what a huge play right before the half for the Tennessee Titans.
Longest pass of Whitehurst's career, longest catch of Justin Hunter's career, his first touchdown of the season. First time in Charlie Whitehurst's career he's thrown 2 touchdowns in a game. And Tennessee has a 28-3 lead. Scored more points in this second quarter than they did in the previous 6 quarters combined. And they already have 285 yards of offense against Mike Pettine's defense.
Well, I'll tell you, not that this is all Brian Hoyer's fault, but if this Cleveland Browns offense does not get going,
Well, now they've got to cover for that defense that's playing so poorly.
Yeah, but is it? I mean, listen. I'm not suggesting anything here at all, but I'm saying this might be the opportunity that Mike Pettine is looking for in the second half. If there's any life out of Cleveland on this drive, they get some points on the board. I think you got to come out in the second half with Hoyer, because Hoyer has shown he can bring the team back. This game is not over.
You can play Johnny Manziel if Johnny Manziel can play cornerback.
Yeah, well, that's right.
But it's not Brian Hoyer. Now, there's no question that the Browns have got to do a better job on third down to stay on the field offensively, and that is Hoyer.
I'm just saying it'll come into the conversation if they don't get some on this drive. Because
listen, it's a mess right now. They are playing so poorly defensively against a Titan team that couldn't score points, and against a Titan defense that couldn't stop anybody.
Right, giving up 30 points in 3 straight games, 30 or more points.
Travis Benjamin from the goal line, trying to provide a spark for the Browns. And he gets to the 25-yard line. Late flag on the field, right in front of the Browns bench.
It's going to put him inside their 20.
During the return, holding, return team number 24, 10-yard penalty, first down Cleveland.
Second penalty on Batamosi, but how about Charlie Whitehurst off the bench, and he's already got 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, 2 of 3, 2 touchdowns, 86 yards. That's got to be the perfect quarterback. I can't do the math that quickly in my head, but 2 really good throws, showing he's ready to play. That's the quality you want to have in your backup quarterback.
That 75-yard touchdown was a lightning bolt in this building.
Is the most points the Titans have scored in a game this year, and there's still 2:38 to go in the second quarter. Hoyer hit as he throws. Benjamin makes the catch, and they are saying he was in bounds. Cameron Wimbley was the man who hit Hoyer.
I'm going to tell you, this is a great throw by Brian Hoyer. That is a hit under pressure, unobstructed lineman in your face. He had this ball up on time and on the money.
This is Crowell on the carry, and he gets maybe a yard on the play. Derek Morgan makes the tackle. Cleveland has the 2-minute warning and 2 timeouts the rest of the way.
I think they're going to try and get a play off here with 2:10 left, and they're going to try and get a play off before the 2-minute warning to maximize their opportunities to get down the field.
Play action on 2nd and 8. Hoyer to the fullback, Agnew. He's got the first down. First catch this season for the rookie Ray Agnew, and we've hit the 2-minute warning. Charlie Whitehurst and the Titans have a 28-3 lead. Off the bye, it's been a brutal first half for Mike Pettine and the Cleveland defense. Right now it's the offense trying to put some points on the board. They trail 28-3, 2 timeouts remaining for the Browns. Hoyer with time throws, and that pass is caught by Miles Austin, and a late flag comes in.
And this is going to go against the secondary of the Titans. It'll be declined after that play. Miles Austin with a great
Pass
catch.
interference. Defense number 32. Penalty is declined. The result of the play, first down.
Austin working against Harris in the secondary, and Austin caught that ball off the back of his own knee.
That was a spectacular catch. I mean, truly, Hoyer did a great job identifying the one-on-one coverage, but that was body control at its finest. Miles Austin, that was an incredible catch.
Well, that's what they need right now. The Browns need somebody to step up and pick the entire team up by making a play. A touchdown is enormous right here.
A 31-yard gain. 1st and 10 from the 25. They give it to Tate. Reverses field. Tate at the 20. And it'll bring up 2nd down. Tackle made by Sensabaugh. Here's that catch by Austin.
Well, look at Austin. He sees this, spins around, catches that way down low off his back hip. That's a hard catch.
First time today the Browns have entered the red zone. And it's Tate again, and that's good for a Cleveland first down. 1:15 and counting here in the second quarter.
Hoyer working the no-huddle offense. He's very good. He's a very prepared quarterback. It's one of the things that everybody points to is his ability to prepare and be ready for these kind of situations.
Tate up the middle, has some room. Ben Tate's still going. And he is taken down at the 1. A 13-yard gain for Ben Tate. First and goal, Cleveland.
Great call by Kyle Shanahan right there to go with the draw play in that situation. The clock running down. Obviously caught the Tennessee Titans totally off guard. I think Ben Tate should have found his way in the end zone there.
And I think a smart thing they're doing right here is they're letting the clock run, not using their timeout. Just let the clock, maybe theoretically want to score on the final play of the half and kick the extra point.
First and goal. Tate stacked up, doesn't get there. And now Cleveland will call a timeout with 16 seconds remaining. Well, coming up on the Verizon Halftime Report, join JB, Tony, Bart, Boomer, and Coach Cower for all the latest NFL scores and highlights, as well as a preview of Thursday Night Football on CBS and NFL Network. That's coming up on the Verizon Halftime Report. Cleveland does have one timeout remaining, 16 seconds to go. This is an absolute must score for the Browns.
Sure is. As Steve Tasker said, going in at 28-10 off a touchdown is a huge difference.
Play action. Hoyer to the end zone, touchdown, Jim Dray. Third career touchdown for the tight end out of Stanford, and that's a clutch drive by Brian Hoyer and the Browns.
Great ball handling by Brian Hoyer. The hard play action that Kyle Shanahan is known for. You got to respect the run. They're committed to it. They are running the ball well today. This is a running situation with timeouts left. You sold it hard to the Tennessee Titans defense, and it comes up big for the Cleveland Browns.
Don't forget the Browns get the ball to start the second half. So a big touchdown with 12 seconds to go in the second quarter. Extra point by Cundiff is good.
I think it's interesting too, unfortunately or unfortunately, whichever you want to look at it, the Cleveland Browns have been in a similar situation to this week 1 in Pittsburgh when they were down 24 at the half and hung in there and came back, tied that up ultimately to lose on the last play of that game by a field goal. This is not a team I don't think that will flinch. Now certainly they've been outplayed and they have struggled defensively, but this is a team that is going to continue to battle, particularly behind Brian Hoyer in this offense and their ability to run. I think one of the interesting things that Ken Wisenhunt told us about this Cleveland team is he was very impressed with Kyle Shanahan's commitment to continue to run the football down by 24 in the second half. It really paid huge dividends, and they continue to do that here late in the first half of this game.
But the question for this Cleveland Browns team is, can Mike Pettin and his defensive coordinator Jim O'Neill find a way to slow down this Tennessee Titans offense? It's become a juggernaut today. All of a sudden, they look like world beaters. And coming into this game, quite frankly, they're just not that good.
And they're doing it with Charlie Whitehurst now. 2 touchdown throws from the backup quarterback for Tennessee. It couldn't be much worse for Cleveland defensively.
Well, if that defense doesn't step up, it doesn't matter what they do on offense.
Cundiff kicks it deep. And it will be a touchback. First and 10 at the 20 for Tennessee. Charlie Whitehurst back out. Jake Locker earlier in the quarter injured his right hand, went to the locker room. His return is questionable. Brian Hoyer has now gone 170 attempts in a row without an interception. Now we looked up Berline's longest career streak without throwing a pick. You got a guess there, Mr. Tasker?
I don't even know that one.
12 years?
Yeah.
I don't think it was 17.
Not bad, actually.
What was it?
119 straight.
All right.
Back in December of '99.
I'm
It's
relieved.
a lot better than I expected, to be honest with you. Most points for the Titans in the first half since 2008 when they had 35 against Detroit. That's the end of the first half with the score Tennessee 28, Cleveland 10. We'll be back with the Verizon Halftime Report after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS.
Come with me now. Come with me now.
We are through 2 quarters Hours in Nashville, and the Titans have a 28-10 lead on the Browns. Back in the booth with the Steves, Berline and Tasker. I'm Andrew Catalan, and coming into the game, and we talked about this off the top of our broadcast, Cleveland's run defense. Mike Pettin said they worked throughout the bye to try to fix it. It's still broken, as Tennessee has averaged more than 6 yards per carry, Steve Tasker.
Yeah, and that's what we've seen the entire first half, and the person who's been running most effectively was Jake Locker. He ran for 2 touchdowns in the first half, and then when that switched up, Charlie Whitehurst came in and threw for 2 touchdowns. Defensively, the Browns are a mess, and it's coming down to the fact now with the Whitehurst in the game at quarterback, the wideouts for Tennessee are outplaying the corners for Cleveland's defense, and he's starting to throw the football all over the field.
And for Tennessee, this has really been an absolute perfect first half of football for them. Could not have asked for a better start to this game. Came out of the block strong. Jake Locker playing very well, running the football and throwing the ball. A couple of touchdown passes from Charlie Whitehurst. This has been a great half of football for a team not used to playing very well in recent weeks. So I think if you're Ken Wisenhunt, you couldn't be happier right now than what you have right in front of you.
Other than the fact that Locker injured his hand and his return is questionable, but Whitehurst stepped up and did a great job. And there is Jake Locker, and with the shirt on, you would take that as a sign that he's probably not coming back again. We've been told officially his return is questionable. Third quarterback for Tennessee today, Zach Mettenberger, is not active. Yeah, so it's the Whitehurst show the rest of the way.
And that is not what you want to see if you're Jake Locker, a Tennessee Titans fan.
Browns get the ball to start this second half. It'll be a touchback. It'll be 1st and 10 for Cleveland from the 20. All right, guys, let me hear your second half adjustments.
Well, it all starts really quick. The Browns have got to start fast, offense and defense. Offensively, just drive the ball and get another touchdown would be great. Defensively, if you can't stop them, get the ball loose.
And for Tennessee, I think this game is going exactly the way they want it to go. Keep doing what you're doing on offense. The key is to not give up the big plays. Don't give Cleveland any quick scores, any opportunity to get this game a 1 or 2 score ball game very quickly.
Saw the hand wrapped up for Jake Locker, his right hand. And he watches from the sideline. Brian Hoyer, 9 of 14 for 98 yards in that first half. And a play action on first down to start the second half. Hoyer looking deep for Gabriel. He can stretch the field, and he makes the grab. Taylor Gabriel with a 49-yard pickup, and the Browns start the second half with a bang.
They sure do. McCourty had excellent coverage on him, and Gabriel just pulls this out of the air. What a great catch. McCourty all over him, and he still pulls it in. That is outstanding coverage, but an outstanding catch makes the play. What a great job by Gabriel.
And we talk about that's the one thing they can't give up is the big play, first play of the second half. Here it comes.
West reversing field across the 30. Still going. And he is tackled close to a first down, to be a yard shy. Gabriel had a 70-yard catch week 3 against the Ravens. This one goes for 49. The rookie undrafted out of Abilene Christian.
About the same size as Andrew Hawkins, 5'7". These small guys that can get up the field and make plays, they like him.
9-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 1. West nowhere to go, and he is thrown back by Patoa.
Well, that's what you need if you're the Tennessee Titans right now. You've given up a big play coming out and then a good solid run play on first down by the Cleveland Browns. You got to at some point make a stand and get your intensity back up. You look at the rushers for the Cleveland Browns, Ben Tate carrying the bulk of the load.
Cleveland was 1 for 5 on third downs in the first half. They're faced with a 3rd and 3 here. One on the play clock. They just get it off. Hoyer, 3-step drop, throws left, and it's short, incomplete in the direction of Andrew Hawkins.
Yeah, that was he threw that a little early. Hawkins ran that route to the corner of the end zone, and Hoyer threw it away from the defender. Hawkins wasn't looking early enough, as you can see there. Harris had him well covered. Hoyer threw that looking for some help from his receiver, and his receiver wasn't looking for the quarterback.
You know those situations, Steve Tasker, when For whatever reason, the quarterback and the receiver just aren't on the same page. That was not what Brian Hoyer was looking for out of Hawkins, and vice versa.
Cundiff's season long is 39. This is from 42, and Cundiff drills it. So the big play to Gabriel, but the drive results in 3 for the Browns. Cleveland with an early field goal here in the third quarter, and it's now a 28-13 lead. It was Gabriel with the big play on that drive for 49 yards.
And that's significant. Both Steve Tasker and I made the point that a score was important on the first drive of the second half. Make it a 2-score game, kind of close the gap. This Cleveland Browns team, I think, is happy getting on the board.
Washington will return this one. He is tackled at the 10-yard line. Great play by Tank Carter, the third-year player out of TCU. Now let's go back to the second quarter. This was the injury by Jake Locker. Watch his follow-through. Hits the helmet of Buster Screen. And you can see that the training staff dealing with his right hand. Last week it was the right wrist that forced him out. And now it's his hand that is taped up. And you can see it goes all the way around his thumb.
And that's what it looked like, whacked right off the forehead of Buster Screen.
As a former quarterback, I know what that's like. I mean, there's nothing more painful than that. And it's throwing hand. It just feels terrible. He's playing so well today, and have it kind of come to an end today like that is bad luck.
Whitehurst again to the air, looking for Washington, who makes the catch. And now they're saying incomplete. Washington claims he brought it down. He's trying to tell Ken Wisenhunt that he had it. It was Kawan Williams on the coverage.
It sure looked like he had it.
Must have come loose when he came to the ground. No,
that's not a catch.
You have to finish that process. That's not even close. That is, by the rule, that is not a catch.
I think that's a bad rule, by the way. I think he caught the ball, took 2 or 3 steps.
Sankey on 2nd and 10. And not much doing as Joe Hayden makes the tackle for the Browns. How about the Titans in the first half, their drives? The first drive resulted in a punt, but then it was 4 straight touchdowns before they took a knee to run out the clock and end the half.
Those are all the drives above that line that Jake Locker did. And the one below that 80-yard TD, this is the one, the first touchdown that Charlie Whitehurst threw after 2 plays in the game.
Yeah, he came in and finished that drive for Jake Locker.
And now 3rd down and 8 for Tennessee. Worst team in the league on 3rd downs, but today they're 4 out of 5. Whitehurst, and that one is caught by Washington for a first down. 19-yard gain for the veteran Nate Washington.
Well, that's just too easy. I mean, that was the right play call for the right time. I think Ken Wisenhunt got exactly the coverage he was looking for. Came with 1 extra man. You had one-on-one on the outside, and Washington just absolutely spins the defender around. That was Damian Stafford.
Go back to the ground with Bishop Sankey. We go back to New York. JB and Boomer.
Colts looking to make it 3 straight. Well, this one's for Steve Berline. It's a little Y high. Dwayne Allen delays from his right tight end. Skirt trying to cross. Easy touchdown. 13-3. Indy up by 10.
Steve done that quite a bit in his career. Andrew, Steve Tasker, Steve Berline.
The old Y hide. Can't stop it.
Kirksey makes the tackle on Sankey, but it's good for a Tennessee first down.
And I was incorrect on that play from Charlie White. That was Dante Whitner that was on defense for the Cleveland Browns. He got spun around by Nate Washington.
You get that Y hide play that we just saw. We had one of those today, and that was the touchdown by the Cleveland Browns, was a Y hide.
You think it was the delay wide to the flat? That's exactly right.
Inside handoff. That is Sankey on the carry. And Ruben and Kruger throwing him back. And there's a late flag that comes in the Cleveland secondary. Flag is down at the Cleveland 43.
So this is going against Tennessee.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, late hit, offense number 67. 15-yard penalty. It will now be second down.
It's on Andy Levitre, right side of your screen. Levitre to Kirksey, and remember, it was Kirksey that hit Locker in the end zone. That's a cheap shot by Levitre.
It was, but that's a payback shot. Levitre is a wily vet, been in the league for 6 years. They have that number marked. And
go ahead. They had that conversation in the locker room, at halftime, and not with the coaches. The linemen got together and they said, listen, let's send a message. And that was the message.
But you got to be smart, though, too.
Yeah, you're right. It is a cheap shot.
And Ken Wisenhunt will say, you know what? I like the attitude. I like you sticking up for your quarterback. But at the same time, just do it before the whistle. If you're going to get a shot at him during the course of the game, we're going to get some good, clean, legal shots at him to make our point. Don't hurt the team trying to make a point.
Injury update for Cleveland. Phil Taylor will not return with a knee injury. Inside 10 minutes to go, third quarter, 2nd and 23. Whitehurst over the middle, and the pass is caught by his tight end, Chase Kaufman, his first catch of the season. Just the 5th catch of his career.
Yeah, we were just talking during the break, Steve Berline and I, about what do you do if you're Ken Wisenhunt? Certainly with a big lead like this and the way your team has been playing, you certainly don't want to start rolling the dice and going for every opportunity, but you also don't want to turn your motor off. And when you start getting penalties on a drive like this, a personal foul penalties, all of a sudden you're 3rd and 13, and it's not looking like a really good half of football ahead of you.
Tennessee has to get to the Cleveland 45 for a first down. They go back to the tight end. Kaufman gets away from one, but he is short of a first down. Tackled close to midfield, and a good job by the Browns defense, of course, aided by that penalty against Levitre.
Well, without the penalty, that's a first down.
Exactly
it's that
right.
simple. That's why we said in the first half, when we thought this situation would come about getting your shots in on these guys, the best way to get revenge is to play well and score points and beat them. Not by sending a message in a physical way, but by playing better and scoring points.
Just the 2nd punt today for Brett Kern. It's Poyer back deep for the Browns. Poyer drifting to his right, fields it at the 12. And then he goes out of bounds close to the 20-yard line, and a late hit comes in. Flags down on the field.
And that's another dumb penalty on the Tennessee Titans. I mean, there's no excuse for this kind of a play.
And that's on the long snapper, Bo Brinkley. And now Ken Wisenhunt in his face.
We've seen that a couple of times from Ken Wisenhunt, once on Taylor Lewan and now on Bo Brinkley. Ken Wisenhunt is one of the most confrontational head coaches you'll ever get. He talks to his players eye to eye and pulls no punches. When he's upset with them, they know it. And I think a lot of players respond to that. There are some who don't, but if you don't respond to it, you're not going to be on Ken Wisenhunt's team.
A personal foul, illegal blindside block, number 48 of the return team. We also have a personal foul, late hit out of bounds, number 53 of the defense. By rule, those penalties will be enforced, and the ball will be placed at the spot of the illegal blindside block. First down, Cleveland. Timeout.
Cleveland football when we come back. .8:21 to go, third quarter. 1st and 10 for the Browns after what was offsetting penalties on that last punt. Poyer to the air on first down, throws on the run, and along the sideline the pass is incomplete. Looking for Miles Austin.
It's one of the things I think as a quarterback, you tell me, Steve Berline, move the quarterback out of the pocket, use the play action, give him a chance to see the field. It also cuts the field in half, so you don't have to so much to read. You kind of look, see who's open, and throw it.
It's usually a pretty clean read if you're doing the bootleg. You got one or two guys in front of you. If it's there, you take it. If not, you just throw it away and go to the next play.
On 2nd and 10, Jordan Cameron can't bring it in. Bernard Pollard on the coverage for the Titans.
Jordan Cameron's got to make this play. The ball was thrown well. I think he heard footsteps from Bernard Pollard. He was a little bit worried about the hit. That ball popped out. Good job by Pollard popping that ball out of there. Jordan Cameron got that big body. You'd like to think he gets those 2 mitts on the ball. He can hang on to it.
Cleveland 1 for 6 on 3rd downs. It's 3rd and 10. Hoyer's pass is caught at the 40 by Gabriel, and a 1st down for the Browns.
This is the kind of play that flies in the face of all those people that say Brian Hoyer's a game manager. That's a dynamite throw, and he's made a couple in this game.
And you know what I love about it? Who he threw it to. He's going with his read. He's not going to his favorite receiver. That's what the good quarterbacks do. Taylor Gabriel, an undrafted free agent in a key situation, he gives him a chance to make the play, and he does it.
They pitch it to Tate. Gets away from Williamson, still on his feet. Hoyer downfield. Tate still spinning his way to the 45. We spin our way back to New York with JB and Boomer.
Boomer, who's on top here?
How about the Tampa Bay Bucks performance today? 24 unanswered points. Here comes a touchdown right here. Interception from Drew Brees. Then he lands Santa, his 2nd interception return for a touchdown in his career. He takes this one all the way back. 24-13, Tampa Bay over New Orleans in the Dome.
I know, Burl, I know that happens as well. Andrew Catalan.
Come on, JB. I don't know that feeling. I never threw any interceptions like that.
I'll tell you what, you see that Tampa Bay New Orleans game, the more we watch football, the less we can predict what happens.
No doubt. You'd almost, that would be as sure a bet as you could possibly make, taking New Orleans at home over Tampa Bay. It's a great league. You gotta love it.
Isaiah Crowell with a run of 11 to pick up a 1st down. He gets it again here on 1st and 10, and not much doing this time.
Yeah, this
Al Woods makes the stop.
Excuse me, Andrew. This is a play they've run twice to the left side of the offensive line. This time they try to run it to the right with Crowell, and the Titans shut it off. And that's one of the weird things about football. One way you run it one direction, it should be just a mirror image if you run it the other, but not so. The defenders on the other side of the defense saw it, recognized it, and snapped it off.
But like you find in the passing game, you also find mismatches in the up front in the trenches as well. Try to play to those strengths.
On 2nd and 9, Hoyer fires. It's caught by Dray. He's got a Cleveland 1st down to the 28-yard line. 14-yard gain for the tight end, Jim Dray.
Well, this is a great job by Jim Dray. This is another one of those bootlegs that we were talking about. That, watch right here. He settles down. He knows he's open. Instead of running into coverage, he sits down and gives Brian Hoyer his numbers and says, hey, I'm open right here. Put it on me. That's a big play.
That's a very headsy play by that tight end. That's hard to do, sit down after you've been running hard across the formation.
They pitch it to Crowell. And he gets across the 25-yard line with 5:15 to go in the 3rd quarter. There's no doubt that it's been Cleveland that's come out of the locker room with a bounce in their step.
Up-tempo.
Running the up-tempo offense here, trying to keep that momentum rolling on 2nd and 5. Go back to Tate. And Griffin, the safety, comes up to make the tackle. That brings up 3rd down.
Well, you can see, though, how significant that score right before the half was for Cleveland. They go into the locker room with a whole different attitude. They come back with the mentality of, hey, we got it going now, and Tennessee has not done anything to change that momentum yet. This is heading in the wrong direction for the Tennessee Titans.
And right now, I think you either do one of two things. You move Hoyer out of the pocket, let him run it, or throw it, or you might throw the screen pass to try and catch Tennessee, bringing some pressure.
3rd down and 3. Hoyer over the middle to Cameron. A lot of contact there and no call. The coverage was by Avery Williamson.
That's because it was within 5 yards. They're 3rd and 3. Cameron just goes to the stick and they jump him, and I mean they mug him. I mean that.
Well, and
Williamson's all over him. Look at him, whack him, grabs his arm, wraps his arms around him, and the ball goes by.
Well, they can make the contact, but that could be pass interference as well.
If the ball's in the air, could be pass interference. They were looking that up. We got a 4th down here now.
Cleveland's 2 for 2 on 4th downs this year. 4th and 3. Hoyer fires, incomplete. Sensabaugh may have gotten a hand on that one. Hoyer was looking for Andrew Hawkins. A defensive stand by Tennessee on 4th down. TV's #1 comedy is Genius. Join Emmy winner Jim Parsons and the rest of the gang on a new Big Bang Theory. New night tomorrow at 8/7 Central, only CBS. Now, we were just told that Joe Hayden was questionable to return with a hip injury, but Hayden is out there right now on this first down play. That was Sean Green on the carry. Craig Robertson makes the tackle, so we'll keep an eye on Joe Hayden now. We already told you that Phil Taylor is out the rest of the game for Cleveland with a knee injury.
Well, that right there was a statement run by the Tennessee Titans. I mean, that was a straight ahead, left side going right over the back of your veteran offensive lineman Michael Ruse and Andy Levitri. 8-yard gain, just doing nothing but saying, we're going to push this thing right at you.
If you're just joining us, Jake Locker out with a right hand injury. Charlie Whitehurst at quarterback for Tennessee. McCluster on 2nd and 1, going the wrong way. And the Browns throw him back for a loss. Armonte Bryant leading the charge. Desmond Bryant also helping out, and it's 3rd down.
Well, this is a place right now where the Cleveland Browns and their defense in particular could really make a huge step forward. If they can get the Titans off the field on this first 3rd down of this drive and get a 3 and out, that's something they haven't been able to do the entire afternoon, and it would come at the perfect time.
Very quiet here in Nashville. 3rd and 2. And we have motion and a flag, a false start against Tennessee.
False start. Offense number 67. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
That's on Levitri, and he's had a rough start to this season. He said he hasn't been playing well. Ken Wisenhunt told us Friday that Levitri really needs to improve. And you saw
right there, you saw
jump
a little
there.
flinch, yep.
3rd and 2 turns into 3rd and 7 for the Titans with 2:45 to go 3rd quarter. There was some talk this week that maybe Taylor Lewan would get a little run at left guard, and we have seen him today.
Now, this is a situation Charlie Whitehurst has to be careful. He doesn't get a lot of reps during the week on these 3rd down situations. Pressure coming.
Whitehurst fires to right. He goes to the ground, slips, and he is tackled short of a 1st down by Armonte Bryant.
What a hustle play by Bryant. Rushing the passer, sees the ball come out, turns, and pursues the receiver making the catch. Watch, he's up in the pass rush, sees the pass come out. He comes out and makes the tackle. What an outstanding hustle play by the big guy. Wow.
All effort. If he's not pursuing like that, Kendall Wright gets that 1st down easy.
So Kern is on for his 3rd punt, and this time it is Travis Benjamin back deep for the Browns. He drops it. He's had a lot of problems this year, and Tennessee recovers. Benjamin muffed a punt against Baltimore, and that is the first turnover this season by the Cleveland Browns.
Well, before the bye week, Cleveland lost to the Baltimore Ravens, and I felt their special teams was the reason why. They missed a field goal off the upright. They had a field goal blocked, and at the end, they muffed a punt, and then at the end of the game, Benjamin let a punt drop, and it bounced all the way down on the final drive when all they needed to do was get a 1st down or 2 to win the game, and it bounced all the way down inside their 10-yard line. It set up a punt that the Baltimore Ravens got at midfield. One 1st down later, a big play later, they lose the game on the last play by a field goal. They had 2 field goal missed opportunities against Baltimore that crushed them, and then this one today in a game when they needed it.
On the kicking team, number 28 was blocked out of bounds and did not make an immediate attempt to return back into the field of play. It's a 15-yard penalty that will be assessed on the previous spot, and we will replay 4th down.
Wow! Holy cow! It was Huff that recovered that ball, and the penalty was on Huff.
They're saying he did not. He was knocked out of bounds. He's got to make the effort to get back on the playing field. Steve Tasker, tell us how it works.
That's right. He right over Right there, he's out of bounds, and he didn't make an immediate attempt to get back in bounds. That's a penalty that's called very early in the play. I don't know that I agree with it. When you get pushed out of bounds, you're moving so fast. These guys are sprinters out there, and they're in what amounts to a street fight as they run down the field. He released outside, was pushed out of bounds, and his momentum, I mean, he was making a hard right-hand turn to try and get back on the field.
Let's look at the whole play.
Right down here is the play we're looking at. He gets pushed out of bounds. He's got to make an effort to get back in. And
there it is.
Okay, yeah, he runs 20 yards all the way down without making the effort to get back in. And that is a good call, but it's a crusher for Tennessee.
Not surprisingly, Benjamin is not back deep to catch this punt. It's Poyer at the 40. And he gets a yard, but that is a huge call going against the Titans. The Browns coming back out. They trail 28-13. (28-13) in favor of the Titans. Well, Saturday at noon, the SEC on CBS kicks off with the best game from the best conference when 13th ranked Georgia takes on 24th ranked Missouri, and then it continues at 3:30 with a good one between Auburn and Mississippi State. That's right here on CBS Sports. Well, Kyle Shanahan is a guy you know very well, Steve Berline. What do you think right here for the Browns offensive coordinator?
Well, I've known Kyle since he was about 5 years old. I got to know his dad, Mike Shanahan, way back in those Raider days. But Kyle's an aggressive coach. I think in this series here, we're going to see a shot after the big field position change there.
On first down, it's Ben Tate running right out of bounds at the 42-yard line. Well, a lot of the Titans said this week they expected to see Johnny Manziel. They thought that with a bye that Cleveland would have time to maybe draw up a few plays for him, but we have not seen Manziel to this point.
And we were told by Mike Pettin that they always have those few plays and they don't know if they're ever going to, there's never a priority to say, hey, we're going to make it happen. Today, they still believe they can win this ball game.
Poyer throws to his left, and that is caught by Hawkins. Good second effort there by the 5'7" Andrew Hawkins, and he's got a first down.
Yeah, this is just a quick out 5-yard speed cut. The ball's on time. That's a great route and a great effort, good throw. I mean, that's a solid completion for a nice first down.
Ben Tate has a little bit of room, and another Cleveland first down. He nearly broke that one. Cody Sensabaugh makes the stop.
Now right here, they got the tempo going again. This right here is a perfect situation. A couple of positive plays. Look for a hard play action coming up one of these times.
Tate has 15 carries for 96 yards. It's Tate again to the 35-yard line. And that is the final play of the third quarter. We'll return to Nashville after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS. Here in Nashville, Tennessee has a 28-13 lead. The Browns have been a second-half team so far this year, averaging 16 points per game in the second half. That's the best mark in the AFC. They need some points here. 2nd and 7 to begin the final quarter. Terrence West at running back for the Browns. Poyer fires right, and along the sideline, the catch is made by Jordan Cameron. What a grab right in front of Jason McCourty. A pickup of 13.
Well, we've seen him have the ball forced into him. This is another force in by Hoyer, but it's right on the money. McCourty's got his hand in, pulls his arm off. What a great job by Cameron to pull that in. Well, huge play.
Defensive coordinator Ray Horton dialed up a blitz right there, picked up well by the Cleveland Browns. Then a great throw and catch by Hoyer and Cameron.
Hoyer has 14 completions to 8 different receivers. 1st and 10, it's West across the 30. And he comes close to a first down, a pickup of 8 on the play.
As these Browns move into the red zone, it's all their offensive line doing a great job. You see there Joe Thomas, Alex Mack, and Schwartz. Those guys, 2,400 consecutive snaps. Mack has over 5,000 and Joe Thomas over 7,000 snaps. Never miss.
They have never missed a snap since they became Cleveland Browns. That is unbelievable.
That's huge. It's unbelievable. It really is unbelievable.
2nd and 2, it's West again. And he's got the first down to the 11-yard line.
Well, I'll tell you, if I'm Ken Wisenhunt and the Tennessee Titans right now, I do not like the way this game is going. The Cleveland Browns, they've been in this position, as we said before, against the Pittsburgh Steelers. They get that momentum going. Kyle Shanahan's got some rhythm with this offense. This is a very precarious point in the ball game for Tennessee.
Ben Tate back into the game on first down to the 5 and down to the 4-yard line. Ben Tate over 100 yards rushing, the 6th 100-yard game of his career.
And there you see, just missed by Wesley Woodyard back in the backfield. That would have been a no gain or a minus play. And Tate makes Woodyard miss in the backfield and gets down inside the 5.
And it's Sensabaugh that's down on the ground. Keep in mind, he's filling in today for the injured Bleedy Ray Wilson. And now it's Sensabaugh banged up. We're back in a moment. Back in Nashville, Cody Sensabaugh jogged off under his own power. So with 13-12 to go in the 4th quarter, it's 2nd down and 3. The Browns can get a first down without scoring. Hoyer throws right over the head of Andrew Hawkins.
That's the old sprint right option play that the 49ers, Joe Montana, made famous. Every team has it. The problem is that Andrew Hawkins is not 6'3".
Well, it's a bad throw. You got to throw it. Yeah, you got to throw it down to the pylon right there, right in front of him, so he can go out and get it. That play was open.
Perfect call.
Perfect call. Had it open, and Hoyer.
He's got to put it on him.
Hoyer's got to put it on him.
Sensabaugh still on the sideline. It's 3rd down and 3 for Cleveland.
Watch Miles Austin here. He's had touchdowns the last 2 games.
Tate lined up as a receiver at the bottom of your screen. Hoyer with time. Now running right. And he just throws it away. Great coverage by Tennessee.
Well, that's a great job by the Tennessee defense. Pretty darn impressive.
Yes, they should be covered. There's a 3-man rush. They're not bringing any pressure. Hoyer buys himself some time, and then late the linebacker comes out of coverage to force the issue, mirroring. He mirrors Hoyer.
All right, guys, 4th and 3, and they're going to go for it here. 2nd time today, they're going for it on 4th down. Remember, they can get a first down without scoring.
That's Jordan Cameron outside, up top. Big size advantage.
And 1 on the play clock, they have to call timeout.
Yeah, they had to take their time to make the decision as to whether they were going to go for it, and then when they did decide to go for it, they'd run out of time to call the play and execute it.
Well, coming up next, the NFL on CBS rolls on when the Chiefs challenge the Niners or the Jets take on the Chargers. Check their local listings.
Well, Tennessee, in general this year, has not been a very good red zone team, ranked tied for 28th in the NFL, and Cleveland coming into this game tied for 12th, one of the better red zone teams, but it's been the exact opposite today. Tennessee has not given up the touchdowns on their end of the field.
Tate lined up next to Hoyer on 4th and 3. Hoyer's pass is batted down, and it's incomplete. Another 4th down stand by the Tennessee defense.
Wow, this was very fortunate for Tennessee that they were able to get a hand on the ball. Not sure who it was, but Cameron coming underneath, wide open. That's a huge play for the Tennessee Titans defense.
Sammy Hill, the 6-year player out of Stillman, who got his hand on that to knock down the pass by Brian Hoyer. And Tennessee takes over deep in its own territory, 12:48 to go, 4th quarter. Get it to Sean Green on 1st down, and not much doing. Let's go back to that 4th down play and watch Sammy Hill.
Hoyer does a nice job here. Watch the pump fake right there, and that one slight little hesitation gets one guy up off the ground, but Sammy Hill watching with his eyes does a great job. I mean, that's such an underrated skill.
That's what they teach those big boys. They say if you push the pocket, if you can't get to the quarterback, get tall, put those hands up, take away a throwing lane. Very well executed by Sammy Hill.
No gain on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Again, it's Green. And again, not much doing. Paul Kruger leading the charge. That brings up 3rd and long. Again, Tennessee without Jake Locker, injured his right hand in the second quarter, has not returned, and Charlie Whitehurst continues to run the show. There you see Locker on the Tennessee sideline. Well, the Cleveland defense has done a very good job in this second half. And they're trying to force yet another 3 and out. It's 3rd and 9 for the Titans.
I expect pretty conservative play call by Ken Wisenhunt, backed up with his backup quarterback.
Whitehurst to Wright. Kirksey trying to make the tackle. He does. And Cleveland does the job again on defense as they force Tennessee to punt.
Yeah, you can anticipate that the Browns would allow a short completion and then have him come up and make the tackle short of the first down. Give the quarterback what he's looking for, an easy place to get rid of the football, and then make the tackle short of the first down. That's excellent, excellent defensive call and excellent execution by the defensive guys for Cleveland, who, you're right, Andrew, they are playing much, much better this second half.
Second straight 3 and out forced by the Cleveland defense. Again, it's Jordan Poyer back deep to receive the punt. It is blocked. Cleveland got a hand on it. It was Tank Carter who blocked the punt for the Browns.
That's a safety.
And it's a safety for Cleveland. Their special teams has had a brutal start to this season, but they come up with a big play here.
Well, that takes care of the 2-point conversion if they were to score twice on a 16-point deficit. Now, 2 touchdowns, 2 extra points, and the Browns have got the lead, not just a tie.
Huge play by Chris Tabor's unit, and the Browns about to get the ball back. The Browns special teams, thanks to Tank Carter, puts 2 on the board with the safety. Now the free kick by Tennessee. Poyer at the 18. Right up the middle and tackled at the 33-yard line as we go back to that blocked punt.
Well, it's well designed. They got Tank Carter right in the gap of the center guard right here. And then they've got 3 guys out here that are going to rush. The up back takes a step the wrong way. And watch what happens as Tank Carter comes right across the center. Almost impossible for a long snapper to make that block.
I agree. I mean, you got a guy lined up in the gap of the long snapper. He's got to snap the ball and get him and block the guy one-on-one. I think it was brilliant design by Cleveland to have those 3 guys on the outside. That forced the line to slide that way, creating a mismatch for the long snapper. He couldn't get there to make the block.
Ball start, offense, number 75. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
That's on the rookie, Joel Bitonio out of Nevada. 4th time in Brett Kern's career he's had a punt blocked, and now let's see if the Browns can get this momentum rolling. They've done a good job in the second half, specifically on defense. Now they need the offense to put some points on the board. 10:56 to go. Play action. Poyer has time, throws left, and the catch is made at midfield. That is Gabriel who brings it in. Bernard Pollard forced him out. A pickup of 21 for the rookie Gabriel.
Well, this is what play action does for you, right, Berline? I mean, you fake it in there, and then Hoyer has all day to let this pass route develop. He can knock off chunk yards with those throws.
You got clean lanes to the receiver.
On 1st and 10, Crowell tackled at the line of scrimmage, and that brings up 2nd down.
And what I mean by that is when you make that hard play action, the linebackers have to step up, the safeties have to respect the run as well, and that creates a one-on-one situation on the outside where it's a clear throw and catch. Quarterbacks dream about those opportunities.
Poyer to Hawkins, and it's broken up, and a flag comes in. It was Brandon Harris on the coverage. He got the hand on the ball.
Yeah, this penalty is before the ball got there. Harris made a nice play right when the ball got there, but the contact was before the ball actually went by him. The crowd is reacting to the end of the play where there was no contact. The contact was at the top of the route.
Holding offense number 84. Prior to the pass, illegal contact defense, number 34. Those penalties offset. Replay second down.
A big one on Cameron wipes out that penalty on Harris.
Well, let's look at it. There's a big difference between pass interference and illegal contact. He's got 5 yards. There's the contact. That was at about 7 or 8 yards down the field. No doubt, illegal contact up the field. The fans don't quite understand the rule. They didn't see the full play, but that's going to be a penalty every single time.
Hoyer, and that one is picked off by McCourty. Flag is down in the secondary. McCourty off to the races at the 30. McCourty one man to beat, and he's knocked out by Crowell at the 1. And now there's more pushing and shoving back at the 25-yard line. There's flags all over the field, including one right in the vicinity of the area where McCourty picked off the pass. There's a lot to sort out right now.
Well, this all started in the first half when Jake Locker took a shot after he had scored a touchdown, and it hasn't let up. It's rearing his head now as another big play happens for the Titans as they pick this off and go down to the 1-yard line of the Cleveland Browns. And a complete miscommunication or a poor throw by Hoyer. I don't know who he was throwing this to, but there you go. Hawkins, he was throwing it to. Hawkins moves away from the defender, and it's too late. He faked Hoyer out on the throw. As Hoyer releases it, Hawkins moves to a different spot, and it turns into a pick.
Like his hand is just barely underneath that.
Now again, it's got to be clear to overturn it the other way that his hand wasn't underneath it. So if we're having a problem determining whether it was or not, it's probably not going to be overturned.
We spoke to Mike Pettin yesterday. He said, I know we're going to turn the ball over at some point. We all know that. We can't go through an entire season. It's how we handle it when it happens. And this is a tough spot to recover from in that turnover. This will tell him a lot about what his team's made of, because that's a turnover at the worst possible moment.
We have fouls by both teams on the play. Prior to the pass, we have illegal contact. Defense, number 32. Following the interception, we have a personal foul, unnecessary roughness on the offense, number 73. We also have a personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 91 of the defense. Number 91 is also ejected for his offense. By rule, we will replay second down.
Amazing. Derek Morgan's ejected. And for the second time today, when the Browns thought they had turned over, it's a penalty that cancels out the turnover.
Well, the illegal contact is the one that, if you're Tennessee, is the backbreaker, because that nullifies the interception. Everything else happened after the interception, and it would have made it a moot point. It would be Tennessee's ball.
And again, that penalty that you mentioned, Steve Berline, was on Brandon Harris. As you see, Morgan has been ejected. He's headed out. Harris is playing nickel today because usually that's where Sensabaugh is at, but because Bleedy Ray Wilson is out, Sensabaugh starting at corner, and Harris is playing nickel. Two critical penalties against the fourth-year player out of Miami. We go back to New York to say hello to our officiating expert, Mike Carey. And Mike, there's a whole lot to digest after that last one.
Yes, Andrew, I'll tell you, this is a rare play here, so that's negated by the illegal contact, gives the ball back to the offense. And those fouls that are dead ball fouls become live ball fouls. Because of that, they all offset at the previous spot. And the ejection, it speaks for itself.
So that's a backbreaker. The defensive penalty happened during the play, obviously. The two penalties after the play offset. And it's very confusing for the naked observer, but we see a lot of fisticuffs in there. What generally is it that makes, as we see the first down by Brian Hoyer, what is it that would force a referee in this particular situation to eject the player?
He must have done something egregious because they try to keep everybody on the field. He must have taken a swing or done something that was really what you don't want to have happen.
All right, Mike, thank you very much. Cleveland gets the first down, 8:40 to go. It's 1st and 10. Ben Tate, And he gets 2 on the play. So Cleveland is still without a turnover this season, even though it looked like twice in the second half they had turned the ball over only to get bailed out by penalties. Ben Tate has 19 carries for 117 yards. Play action, Hoyer to Hawkins, and he makes the catch at the 31. That's right at the line.
There's Hawkins stopping and moving, and he throws it to the back defender, and that was the pick.
And 32, Brandon Harris didn't do anything on that play, so that's a little confusing. Maybe it was on McCourty.
McCourty's the only one it could have been on, and I think that was within 5 yards. So I don't think that should have been a penalty either. That was, I think Tennessee got the raw end of that deal. That should not have been a defensive penalty on the Tennessee Titans, unless there's something happened that we didn't see.
Ben Tate, a career high now, 119 yards rushing. Seven and a half to go. And Tate to the 26. We go back to New York, JB and Boomer.
Arian Foster's mom said, "Suck it up and play, son."
Touchdowns are coming fast and furious across the NFL. 4 plays, 45-yard drive, topped off by that Arian Foster 1-yard touchdown run, game tied 17-17.
Nothing like your mom pumping you up. Andrew, Steve, and Steve.
All right, guys, and Jim Dray has a first down reception. So Cleveland with this up-tempo offense moving the football down the field.
It has been all Cleveland offensively from the last drive of the first half through this second half. They don't have a whole lot to show for it because they've been stopped on 4th down a couple times, but they have really got some rhythm going offensively.
1st and 10. Play action to Crowell. Hoyer with good coverage downfield. Fires wide open. Touchdown, Travis Benjamin. Hoyer kept the play alive, and the Browns still riding that comeback trail.
We've seen Hoyer throw it away. We've seen guys bat balls down. He does an outstanding job. Right in his face. That's Sean Phillips. He steps back inside toward the ball and then finds Benjamin. He just got that off as he reared back to throw it, as he cocked his arm. Phillips almost swiped the ball out of his hand as he had it behind his head, but he got the pass off and it turned into a touchdown. What a play by the Cleveland quarterback.
2nd touchdown this season for Benjamin, who earlier muffed that punt. Extra point is good by Cundiff. It was 28-3 at one point, but the Browns with all the momentum in the second half, and we've got a 6-point game in Nashville. Take a look at the breakdown this half. 36 plays by the Browns, just 14 for Tennessee. Browns fans, some of the best in the league. Once again, the game coming right down to the end in the 4th quarter. All 3 of their games so far this season have been decided in the final seconds. And this will be a touchback. Charlie Whitehurst and the Titans trying to hang on here in Nashville. Tomorrow, see why critics are calling the new hit drama Scorpion brainy fun. Scorpion, tomorrow at 9/8 Central after the Big Bang Theory, only CBS. Let's go back to that touchdown from Hoyer to Benjamin.
Well, you're going to see Benjamin. He's at the bottom of your screen, and what's going to happen, he's got Brandon Harris over. They're going to run up here and then come back as Hoyer breaks traffic or breaks contain. And it just, Brandon Harris ends up losing his feet, and that creates the space that Hoyer needs. He bought the time. Great job by Brian Hoyer in the backfield, avoiding Sean Phillips. That was the key to the play. Phillips needs to make that play if you're Tennessee. Instead, it's a big play for the Browns, and they're right back in this ball game.
19 unanswered points by the Browns. Tennessee has not scored in close to 26 minutes. Whitehurst on 1st down in trouble, and he throws it away in the direction of Kendall Wright. Cody Sensabaugh with a knee injury. His return is questionable for the Titans.
Yeah, Charlie Whitehurst, you think about it as you see Jake Locker on the sidelines with that thumb or the hand injury that he suffered in the 2nd quarter. Charlie Whitehurst, you think how hard it is to come in off the bench, and Beeline, you know this, Now he's been sitting on the bench waiting to come back in after that enormously long Cleveland drive, and now they got a problem with their communication.
And Browns fans making a lot of noise here in Nashville. We saw a bunch of them at the Cleveland team hotel yesterday waiting for the Browns to arrive, and they have showed up in a big way.
Tennessee,
here in Tennessee, a timeout called for by Tennessee.
Tennessee only had 10 guys in the huddle. Charlie Whitehurst knew it. He had to walk off. It wasn't a communication issue. It was a personnel issue.
Well, this is where we're going to find a lot out about, number one, about Charlie Whitehurst, and number two, about how much confidence Ken Wisenhunt has in Charlie Whitehurst, because this guy, even though he's a 9-year veteran, he has not been in this position very often. I know. I've been there. It's different, man. You're backed up. They got the momentum. You got to have the guts to stand in there and make a play right now.
Whitehurst in trouble, and he's sacked. Armonte Bryant with his first sack of the season.
Here's what you forget about this situation, Steve. You're not only backed up, you got the lead on, but now you're playing a defense that's way different than it was in the first half. Their emotions levels high. They're bringing heat. They're believing that they can actually win the game on this series, and you got to step in there as a backup and make it happen.
But Charlie has got to be decisive there. He had time to make a throw. I don't know who was open up the field, but he's got him. He looked very indecisive there.
So it's 3rd down and 15 with 6 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Whitehurst, pass is caught by Washington, but well short of a first down, and again the Cleveland defense forces a 3-and-out. 3rd straight 3-and-out by Tennessee on offense.
Right now, Tennessee's trying to hang on, and Cleveland is prying their fingers off the bottom rung of the ladder.
And based on your experience, what usually happens when you play to hang on?
You lose.
You get bit, right?
Yeah, you lose.
Hoyer's back deep. Last punt was blocked. This one is away. A high kick. Hoyer from the 27. And he is tackled by Quentin Groves, a former Brown. But Cleveland has all the momentum, and it started late in the 2nd quarter when the Browns were able to score right before the half.
Yeah, and that was the key. We talked about it, getting a touchdown before the half, and then coming out the 2nd half and trying to start this thing off with some points. You get the block punt then, another 2 points. Even though you've been stopped on 4th down a couple times as Cleveland Browns, you've still had all the momentum since that last drive of the first half.
2 timeouts remaining for the Browns. On 1st and 10, Hoyer fires, and it was deflected at the line, incomplete.
For as bad as it looked for Cleveland in that first half, and as they get back into this game, and I mean it looked real bad in that first half, just like it did week 1 against Pittsburgh when they fell behind. One thing you have to say about this 2014 Browns team with Hoyer at quarterback, whatever happens, they never go away. Kyle Shanahan continues to run the ball. They continue to get better throughout the game, and they find themselves with a chance to win it with 5:10 left.
Cleveland dominating in the 2nd half in total yards. That was Sammy Hill, by the way, who knocked down another Hoyer pass. Now they set up the screen, and incomplete to Ben Tate. And that brings up 3rd and 10.
Well, you saw the total yardage disparity in the 2nd half. 241 for Cleveland, 73 for the Tennessee Titans. And right here, they had the screen pass set up, just a little bit out of reach. You know, that's a play Ben Tate has to make, but looks like there might have been a few too many white shirts anyway. But if you're the Tennessee Titans defense, this is it right here. You have not stopped this offense the whole 2nd half. The crowd is into it. You got them backed up 3rd and long. You cannot give up a conversion right here.
Third and 10. 1 on the play clock. Hoyer steps up. Now fires deep down the right side, and it is picked off. Michael Griffin. And that is the first turnover of the day and of the year by the Cleveland Browns.
Well, you can say what you want as the pocket and the play was coming apart. If Hoyer didn't believe he had anything, it's nothing but a 45-yard punt.
It's a good point, Steve.
If you're not going to get it, throw it down there. That's a 45-yard net punt. It puts the Tennessee Titans right back there. If you're not going to get it, convert them to 3rd and 10. Now Hoyer took the shot down the field. You gave your guy maybe a chance to do it, but you saw there, it's tough to convert a 3rd and 10 anyway.
As a quarterback, I'm thinking I would have liked to have seen him. If he's going to take a shot, give the guy a chance to make the play. He overthrew it. The only guy that was going to make that play was the defender back there. So I agree, though, taking a shot in that situation, shoot, there's still 5 minutes left in the game, pretty much.
They're getting the ball back, yeah.
Hoyer had gone 189 pass attempts without a pick until that one by Griffin. Whitehurst on first down throws it away. Each team has 2 timeouts remaining. And there is Hoyer.
Yeah,
this is what I'm talking about with Charlie Whitehurst. So watch how he backs out of there. He starts kind of hopping around like he doesn't know where he wants to go. He's looking for the pressure. He's got to stand strong and make a decision. I'm not saying that there was somebody open. I'm saying his body language is showing me he's not sure what he's doing.
As successful as he was in the first half, that's as timid as he's looked here in the second half, and particularly the fourth quarter.
Whitehurst fires, and it's incomplete. Dangerous pass. And Kawan Williams nearly picked that one off.
And now we're right back to the point where we're 3rd and 10 for the Titans, as both these defenses have completely turned it around. The Cleveland Browns are playing way different, like a completely different unit than they were in the first half.
And I'm surprised, too, that the Titans have kind of abandoned the running game. Throwing on 1st and 2nd down here, you were running the ball so well in the first half. You want to chew the clock up a little bit. Right now, you're looking at 3rd and 10, and there's not any time running off the clock.
Couldn't agree more. 3rd and 10. Whitehurst's pass to Delaney Walker is caught right at the sticks, and that's going to depend upon the spot, but it looks like he's got it. 1st down, Tennessee.
And they completely blew this coverage in the Cleveland secondary. I don't know how you do this in this situation. They have 3 wideouts or 3 receivers on the right side of the offensive formation, and they leave one of them completely uncovered. As 3 guys release down the field, the defense tries to rally there, but Delaney Walker's the last guy you want to leave with nobody on him.
Exactly. He should be the first guy you take away. He is the biggest threat on the Titans offense.
Clock continues to tick. It's Sankey, and he is stuffed on 1st down. Coming up to make the tackle was Carlos Dansby. Again, Cleveland with 2 timeouts remaining and the 2-minute warning.
And Dansby was shot out of a cannon right there. He shot a gap, timed it just perfectly. Bishop Sankey had no chance. I still would like to see a run on this 2nd down right now, because you know that Cleveland's going to be playing pass. Run the football, try and pick up 5 or 6 yards, and give Charlie Whitehurst and this offense a chance to make a conversion in a better situation, 3rd and long.
Taking the play clock down. Kendall Wright, they ran this play in the first half, but this time Chris Kirksey is able to wrap him up, and that brings up 3rd down.
Yeah, they had a really big play off of this play in the first half, and once again, they get to the edge so fast, it's difficult to keep them from getting to the sideline and turning the corner. Dansby, outstanding play to catch that, but still, just as you said, it's a 3rd and 6 instead of a 3rd and 10.
And a timeout called for by the Browns with 3:12 remaining, so they have 1 timeout and the 2-minute warning here to go in the 4th quarter.
Well, I like the call. I like picking up the 6 yards. No doubt about it. It's a totally different situation for your offense, and I do like Mike Pettin starting to use his timeouts right now. You're showing confidence in your defense that they're going to make a stop, and you're going to give the ball back to your offense with a decent amount of time on the clock.
Don't forget, coming up next, Kansas City at San Francisco, and the Jets travel to San Diego. Big play here. 3rd down and 6. Tennessee 6 for 11 on 3rd downs today. Whitehurst looking sideline. It's caught again by Walker at the stick, but this one might be a hair short. It's very close Tennessee indicating they have it, and they do. That's a good spot for the Titans, and another third down catch by Delanie Walker.
Well, I think you're right, Andrew. I think this was a good spot for the Titans. I don't know if that ball crossed, well, at least based on where that stripe is right there.
Do you challenge the spot?
I think
yes,
they're
they
do.
Mike Pettin throws the flag.
That's their last time out they're risking in this challenge.
I think it's worth it, though.
I think it is, too,
no
because
doubt.
it was from our angle. It happened right in front of where our booth is, and we both, I didn't think he got it, actually, to be very honest with you.
I agree.
The guy came in and spotted it, and he was well past the mark. So he still may get it,
and it's so
but it's
hard.
closer than I think the spot indicated.
It's so hard to determine where the ball was when he stepped out of bounds, but the ball was on the inside of Delanie Walker.
Cleveland is challenging the ruling on the field as it relates to a first down.
And I don't have a problem with this at all because it was close, and I thought they did get a beneficial spot.
Yeah, so watch. You're going to watch right here as the receiver comes out the bottom of the screen. Watch where the ball is on his back hip. That ball is a half a yard back from where that stripe is.
They spotted it past the 43-yard line.
It does not matter where his body is.
He's behind his feet are behind the 43-yard line. So you can see that there is a disparity there as to where his feet come out. And see, there's the 43-yard line is here.
And the ball never gets past the 42.
So I think this is an excellent challenge. We'll see if what we see is what the official sees in the hood.
And again, it does not matter where the body is, where the foot stepped out of bounds. It's where the ball is when the foot steps out of bounds.
It's as if it was the goal line. It has to get to the ball has to get to the point.
Where the ball breaks the plane, right?
Right.
First challenge this season by Mike Pettin.
Yeah. I think
All right,
it's a
let's
great
welcome
challenge.
in Mike Carey, our officiating expert back in New York. And Mike, what do you see here?
Yeah, Andrew, the key to this play is where does the ball cross the sideline? And he has it in his left hand, but his left hand is behind him right on his right hip, which is short of the line to gain. This will be reversed to short of the line to gain.
That's what we thought too, Mike. And like we said, I mean, the ball is on the back of his body. They spotted this past the 43-yard line, which it looks, you can tell by the little strip. I mean, they could still move the spot and give him the first down if they see fit, correct?
What they will do is they'll re-spot the ball and then remeasure if they're not sure. But it looks pretty clear that he's short of the 43, and I think the line of game was the 43.
Let me ask you this, Mike, too, to clarify. It's not where the ball breaks the sideline plane. It's where the ball is when the foot hits out of bounds, correct?
Well, because he is more or less airborne crossing the sideline horizontal, it's where the ball crosses the sideline. And then he steps out of bounds after the ball crossed, so that's where the ball is going to be. If he had been going right down the sideline, you would have been correct.
And I think one thing here is if I'm Ken Whisenhunt, I go for this.
After review, it has been determined that the runner was short of the line to gain. The football never makes it to the 43-yard line. It's going to be Tennessee's ball, 4.5 yards. Here we go. The ball will be at the 42.5-yard line. With the game clock operator, please reset the game clock to 3 minutes and 9 seconds.
All right, we
309,
thank Mike Carey. Mike Pettin gets to keep his timeout, and now it's 4.5 and a yard.
And Ken Whisenhunt has assumed this whole time we've been reviewing this play that they're not going to get it. So they've been talking about their fourth down options. He's going to go for it right here unless they're going to try and draw Cleveland off sides. But he's got their best fourth down play that they could possibly have set up right now.
Let's see if they actually go for it or if they just try to draw the Browns offside with 3:09 to go, fourth quarter. Whitehurst keeps it. They're going for it. He's stacked up and pushed back. Again, it will come down to the spot, but he appeared to be short. And Whisenhunt's gamble may backfire right in his face.
They spotted on the far side, and it is well short of the line to gain, and it is a first down, Cleveland.
And I agree with both of you. I think he's well short. We have an injured player on the field. We're going to get a chance to look at this. Watch Charlie Whitehurst on this play, though. He stood up.
After we attend to the injured player.
He stood up to run the quarterback sneak, did not have any leverage, and got knocked right back into the backfield. I question the call with your backup quarterback in this situation. Look how he stands. He doesn't ever lower the shoulder. He just stands straight up.
Kruger does a nice job running around the end and then pulling backwards. Now Whitehurst late in the play continued to move forward, but the play had been whistled dead. He extended it, passed.
Well short, 1st and 10 Cleveland.
And it didn't matter because the play had already been blown dead. Whitehurst continued to roll down the line and finally lunged across the line, but it was way too late. And now Ken Whisenhunt may say, wait a minute.
He wants to challenge a spot maybe now.
I wouldn't do that if I was Whisenhunt. It looked like Whitehurst was just stuffed right from the beginning. And that would cost him a timeout if he throws it and they fail.
Well, you know what Whisenhunt's thinking is maybe the second effort, but if the question is forward progress and when the whistle was blown and all that stuff, so they're not going to overturn
challenging.
that.
Yeah, I think it's, you might have to challenge. I mean, you might not have a choice. The game could be sitting right here in front of you, and you got to take every opportunity. Now, Whitehurst will tell you that he got over the line late, and Whitehurst is pleading his case. This territory, and to me, the whistle had blown, and the play was already over by the time Whitehurst did that.
The ruling on the field as it relates to a first down.
All right, let's listen into that last play to see if we can hear when the whistle blows.
Yeah, he's well short of it.
I don't think he got it.
No, they blew it. They blew the whistle early, and then Whitehurst came off backwards when Kruger was pulling on him and extended the ball well across the line, but it was too late.
I also think you have to go back to the initial decision. I know it was half a yard, but Cleveland has one timeout. You pin them deep in their own end. They have to go the length of the field with one timeout. That's a gutsy call right there in their own end.
Well, 3 minutes. It's over 3 minutes to go. That's a lot of time for a no huddle attack when you're going in that hurry up offense. 3 minutes is a lot of time.
All right, let's go back to New York. Check in with Mike Carey. Mike, what do you see on this one?
Well, Andrew, the key to this one is where is the ball when the whistle is blown? And you can hear the whistle very clearly, and you can see that the ball is short of that line to gain, and so this review will be upheld, and they will lose a timeout.
Right. This crowd
thank you, Mike.
is not going to be happy with this officiating crew. They've been on the wrong end of a lot of reviews, a lot of turnovers, ill-timed penalties that were catastrophic. One thing after another for the Tennessee team.
The first half was all Cleveland getting the bad breaks.
Let's go.
All the penalties, everything going against Cleveland. The second half has been all against Tennessee.
All right, Gene Steratore is ready to make the announcement.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. It is Cleveland's ball, 1st and 10.
So Mike Pettin's challenge pays off. Ken Whisenhunt's challenge blows up. They lose a timeout. Each team has one timeout remaining. 3:03 to go.
This comes down to sheer will now. This Tennessee Titans defense, they stood up and answered the bell last time Cleveland had the ball. They're going to have to do it again. If you're Brian Hoyer, this is all you can ask for. An opportunity, good field position to take your team down and win the ball game.
This is not unfamiliar territory to Cleveland. And I'm sure, and you're right, given where their team is right now, they would rather have their offense with a chance to win the game than their defense with a chance to preserve the lead at this point, because their offense has been the most productive side of the ball for them.
1st and 10 from the 43-yard line. It's Ben Tate. And he gets to the 40. A pickup of 2 on the play inside 3 minutes to go.
I think what you're going to see is patience out of the Cleveland Browns. They've been running the football very well. There's not going to be any panic. They're not going to try to get it all at once. 2 minutes and 40 seconds left. Still a timeout.
Cleveland trying to stop a 7-game road losing streak. Ben Tate, 123 yards on the ground. It's 2nd and 8. Hoyer over the middle, it's caught! Miles Austin, first down to the 17-yard line, a gain of 23.
That was a very good job by Brian Hoyer. Watch him look to his left initially to make a throw. He goes through his progression and then threads a perfect ball between two defenders to Miles Austin. That's the veteran, Brian Hoyer.
And that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Cleveland driving down by 6. The Cleveland Browns trying to stop a 7-game road losing streak. They haven't won on the road since last September of 2013. Jake Locker injured in the second quarter for Tennessee. Cleveland was down 28-3. They've scored 19 unanswered points, and they have it 1st and 10 at the Tennessee 17-yard line. Hoyer, end zone, and it's incomplete, but a flag flies in from the secondary.
Illegal contact.
Gene Steratore is today's referee.
Prior to the pass, illegal contact. Defense, number 54. 5-yard penalty. First down.
That's on the rookie Avery Williamson.
Right here in the slot. Just put a hand on his shoulder, it looked like. Boy, I'll tell you, a dangerous throw by Brian Hoyer. They got away with one high over the middle like that. Could have been a pick, but they did get the penalty.
So it's 1st and 10 for the Browns. Hoyer over the middle to Gabriel. He's got the 5-yard line. Each team with 1 timeout remaining.
I think for me, I think Kyle Shanahan's going to run this football. They can get a first down on about the 2-yard line of the Titans, so they'll take that with 132nd, 135 and counting. They'll run this football down, try and get a first down, and end this play with a touchdown on the last play of the game. That's the perfect scenario for the Browns.
And they do have the 1 timeout remaining as well.
With the Steves, Tasker, and Berline, I'm Andrew Catalan. 1:17 to go, 4th quarter. It's 2nd and 4. Hoyer with time, looking end zone, caught by Benjamin, touchdown! What a catch by Travis Benjamin! But there is a flag at the goal line.
This is against Tennessee.
Against the Titans. Gene Steratore huddling up. All indications are it's against Tennessee.
Prior to the pass, holding. Defense, number 58. The penalty is declined. Result of the play, touchdown.
Second touchdown today by Travis Benjamin.
And for those of you who just joined us, the first half of this game, the Cleveland Browns could not have looked less competitive. And at the end of the first half, they managed to get a touchdown, came back after halftime, and have dominated on both sides of the football.
Now the critical extra point by Billy Cundiff to give Cleveland a 1-point lead. And it's good. Cleveland was down 28-3. They now have the lead 29-28.
Well, this was a great play call by Kyle Shanahan and a great job of getting again through his reads. The protection was awesome by the offensive line up front. And you're going to see the Travis Benjamin in the slot at the bottom. He fakes down inside and then peels it back outside. Got the one-on-one coverage and a great throw to the back of the end zone by Brian Hoyer. It came up exactly the way they wanted it to, the right time for the call, and perfect execution. Both feet in. Great job by Travis Benjamin.
And guys, give a lot of credit to Kyle Shanahan and Mike Pettin. Benjamin muffed a punt last week. He muffed a punt earlier in this game, and they have decided to stick with him on offense, and he just scored his 2nd touchdown of the day. Yeah. Very easily could have benched Benjamin after his struggles on special teams.
No doubt, but I think you know the big playability, and you know your packages you have. Travis Benjamin, obviously a big part of the game plan today with 2 touchdowns. I like the fact that Mike Pettin, they decided to stay with him. Kyle Shanahan giving him a chance to make the play. But
that's Bernard Pollard, who is coming off the field for Tennessee. So Jake Locker is out. He was the starter today, looked great in his time in there, but he injured his right hand in the second quarter. It's been all Charlie Whitehurst since. Whitehurst threw 2 touchdowns right off the bench in the second quarter, but this second half, Tennessee has done nothing offensively. They have 1 timeout remaining.
And Tennessee and Charlie Whitehurst offensively have looked very tentative in this second half, and you hit on it. earlier, Andrew, that the Browns have dominated on both sides of the ball, but a lot of that, I believe, is due to the tentative nature of the play calling and the comfort level with Charlie Whitehurst as the quarterback.
Tennessee will start at the 20-yard line. Keep this in mind. Ryan Suckup, who's the Tennessee kicker, his career long is 54. So Charlie Whitehurst comes back out onto the field for the Titans.
I don't know a lot about Charlie Whitehurst, but I do know if he's going to survive in this situation, he's got to be looking forward to this opportunity. He cannot have any doubt in his mind whether he can get the job done.
That's right. He's got to embrace this. He's got to get to about the 36-yard line to make this go, about the 35-yard line of the Browns to do this. But you're right, Beeline, you've got to embrace this if you're a backup quarterback and do everything you can to win this situation.
Whitehurst in trouble. Gets away from one, keeps the play alive. Whitehurst now looking deep, throws into double coverage, and it's incomplete. Paul Kruger hit Whitehurst on the release.
Yeah, Paul Kruger said hello to him big time. But this is kind of the way the second half has looked as this game's gotten closer. You just see, obviously there was some pressure in his face on that one, but he's looking right, he's looking left, and then right there kind of threw one up for grabs.
Yeah, that was not a great throw even under the duress of Paul Kruger, who bull rushed Michael Orr back into the lap of Charlie Whitehurst, also then got up and chased him outside the pocket. Kruger, what a great, outstanding play on that last one.
2nd and 10. Whitehurst over the middle, deflected at the line. It brings up 3rd down. Tennessee has just 3 first downs in this second half. And by the way, the Browns, again, another close game. All 3 of their first games decided in the final seconds.
Look at your go-to guy, Delaney Walker, coming across the field underneath. Right here at the top of your screen, he was uncovered. Charlie Whitehurst has got to get through his progression. That is your #1 threat on offense. You got to know your reads, know who you got on the field.
No doubt, 4-down territory here for the Titans. It's 3rd and 10. Whitehurst to Washington, has the first down and tackled at the 32-yard line. Clock continues to tick. Tennessee has the 1 timeout remaining.
Yeah, this is exactly where the Cleveland Browns led up on the Baltimore Ravens, let one big pass play down the sideline. All they need to do is give up 1 play, and for the Titans to get that 1 play and have a chance to win.
30 seconds to go. Whitehurst to Walker, another first down, and he goes out of bounds.
That's huge by Delaney Walker to fight to get out of bounds there. It looked like he was going to not be able to do it. They had him doubled up there. Joe Hayden was trying his darndest to keep him in bounds. This didn't happen.
So they're able to save that timeout. 24 seconds remain. Whitehurst pressure coming, and he is sacked. Kalon Williams brings him down, and now Tennessee calls its final timeout with 16 seconds remaining.
Brilliantly executed blitz off the backside. See that late blitzer right there? That was Kalon Williams. Charlie Whitehurst, inexperienced, did not see it coming. There's nobody to block him. You got to know when you got to get rid of the football.
Well, Williams came from the secondary, so he wasn't showing that he was going to blitz. Whitehurst didn't recognize it. Williams waiting till the ball was snapped before he even started. You want to know why you draft these guys that run a 4-4? That's the reason. He went from the secondary to the quarterback in nothing flat. Watch how fast he closes this.
And Charlie Whitehurst has got to know where he's vulnerable. He did not have the awareness backside.
2nd and 16. Whitehurst looking deep. Kendall Wright is down there, and it is deflected and incomplete. 9 seconds remain.
And of course, that was a killer on the previous play because the sack forced them to use that last time out. Right there, the jump ball to Sean Gibson.
And yeah, you can see Wright felt the contact, but with both guys going up for a jump ball, the defender on a jump ball like that has as much right to the ball as the offensive player does. So any contact and stuff is a 50-50 thing. It's not illegal contact. It's not pass interference when they're both playing the football.
And Charlie Whitehurst got to get a completion near midfield, out of bounds, to have a chance at the end zone on the
Got
next
to get
play.
out of bounds on third down. Whitehurst to Wright, inbounds. Clock continues to tick, and that will do it. Cleveland comes back from 28-3 down to stun the Titans. The Browns closed the game on a 26-0 run, and this is the biggest blown lead in Tennessee history. For the Steves, Berline, and Tasker, I'm Andrew Catalan saying so long from Nashville. You have been watching the NFL on CBS.